Early morning crash on I-20 has now been identified by the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office as 11-year-old Nevaeh Govan. DeKalb Fire Rescue Captain Jason Daniels tells WSB there were entrapments on the scene.
On initial crew's arrival, they found 6 passenger vehicles disabled across the roadway. The crash pretty much involved multiple injuries, entrapments, and ejections.
And one of those people ejected was that 11-year-old girl. The deadly accident shut down the interstate for more than 3 hours. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports 7 former Alpharetta police officers and 1 current one have filed claims against have filed claims of the Equal Employment Opportunity complaint option against the city over the past 5 years. They are alleging discrimination based on factors such as race, age, and sex. This is the largest number of claims among small to medium-sized police departments the paper has reviewed. Now, Alpharetta officials are denying the discrimination claims in each of these cases, and that includes one which the city settled for $125,000. The Secret Service agent who tried to save President Kennedy when he was assassinated has passed away. Clint Hill, dying at the age of 93 on February 21st at his home in Belvedere, California. His wife tells the Washington Post he had congestive heart failure and other ailments. In an interview with 60 Minutes over a decade later, Hill recalled of that day he would have been fine taking the bullet and dying for President Kennedy. It's 3:03, time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather as the Von Haessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Let's get a look at your afternoon drive. Alex Williams is in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Watching the brake lights heading up towards Swanee, a crash. They're trying to get it out of 2 left lanes. Right now, they're holding all lanes to do so. I-85 and northbound at Highway 317, Lawrenceville, Swanee, exit 111. You're stacked up back toward Old Peachtree. You can use Satellite Boulevard as an alternate. Just found a new crash on the West Freeway inbound, I-20 eastbound, past Lee Road, exit 41. That's in the left lane, part of the center lane there. So you're starting to slow as you make your way out of Douglasville. And 575 northbound, that construction still in the right lane, passing Bells Ferry, exit 4, causing delays between Kennesaw and Woodstock. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly sunny today, high 65. Lows tonight in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 68. Wednesday, the warmest day this week. Sunny skies, morning low 43, afternoon high 72.
We're looking at 66 degrees right now in Union City. It's 65 in Beaufort, and we're looking at 65 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 3:04. Next news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
How's that SAG hangover going over there? I know the SAG Awards went late last night.
Am
Eric.
I sagging from the SAG?
I bet you are, man. I know there was
an award show?
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet did well.
Just a chance to just look upon that Timothy Chalamet. Timothy with 2 E's.
Did he have his little pencil mustache?
He did have his little pencil mustache.
I don't know, because I'm just joking. I didn't watch a second of it.
I didn't even know it was on until
I didn't know
we
it was
got
on
in here.
either. I didn't know it was on either. Then I found, while I'm prepping the show, I found out all about it. And Jane Fonda apparently gave like some kind of speech about how woke is. I love this. There's a couple of reasons here. Number one, she's 88 years old or something like that. I don't know what she's 87, 88 years old. That's fine. That's fantastic. Good that she's still working, still doing her thing. But don't come across or try to come across as some sort of petitioner in the name of the middle class, the hardworking American and I'm sorry to say this, when she has had so much face work done, there's no reason to believe that this woman sees anything in life that resembles reality. If she can look in the mirror every day and say, man, I look a lot better like this at 88 than, I don't know, if I had a wrinkle or two, you have to be insane. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a man finally saying it. As women age, they look better if they allow themselves to actually age. Having that Cher, Jane Fonda, plastic and ivory are not the same, more an ivory looking mask. And the only reason that you can even detect that they're alive is there's moisture in the eyeballs behind the ivory mask. And then come on and try to act like you have any connection to reality or human beings that aren't in your particular circle. You know, the people who look at your face and tell you it looks fantastic every day. I appreciate that she's 88. But, you know, at the same time, even though I didn't see this thing, Pamela Anderson showed up with no makeup. And people are like, whoa, ha, ha, ha.
Well, that's her thing. She doesn't go to these award shows or red carpets with makeup on anymore.
And I think that that's fantastic. You know what? She looks like a woman who's aging. And it doesn't matter how much face work you get as a woman, you will still age and you will still die. Now, you can die with an ivory mask as a face, or you can die with a face that reflects the life that you've lived. If you want to age and not look terrible, be healthy. Start doing things when you're younger. Drink a lot of water. Don't stay out in the sun for hours at a time. You know, there's all kinds of ways to limit the effect of that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, you cannot defy age. It will happen to you as it's happened to everyone else if you're lucky, meaning you don't die young. And so I just get hearing Jane Fonda. You can play her if you want to. It's like if you're rich and you're as out of touch with real people as Jane Fonda's career has allowed her to be, you can say whatever the hell you want about anything because the real world doesn't touch you. So as far as Jane Fonda is concerned, she can make up any kind of definition of wokeness, and it applies to her. Because when's the last time she went in her slippers to get milk in the morning from Kroger? Doesn't happen. All right.
Make no mistake, empathy is not weak or woke. And by the way, woke just means you give a damn about other people.
No, it doesn't. I'm Jane Fonda, and I'm declaring this. No, it doesn't. It affects corporations. It affects the way that people hire. It affects the way that people don't hire. And some people like it, and an awful lot of people don't like it. But Jane Fonda, who has not lived amongst mere mortals since probably the late 50s, yes, in your life, Jane Fonda, you can define anything anyway, because none of it's ever going to touch you. You live in, you know, that Streisand diva bubble. So don't come giving life advice to other people.
Well, it's not like you can tell what her expressions are anymore.
I know. I thought she was happy with Trump. Exactly. If you look at her face.
Yeah, you can't tell.
You have no idea. It's just
doesn't move.
It doesn't move.
I call her Scarbarella.
So if you can't handle your real face, then don't tell me how to handle my life or anyone else. It's just absurd. And she's a great actress. There's a lot of great movies that she's in. I don't know that I've watched this thing. What's going on now? Been going on for a few years with Lily Tomlin and her.
Oh, that's right.
Frankie and somebody. But it's just like, I don't want to watch, you know. It's like watching Paul McCartney live. I don't know, a bunch of 88-year-olds.
Yeah, but you'll do that.
Huh?
Because it's Paul McCartney.
Well, no, I do. I think Jane Fonda's a great actress.
No, I'm saying I would do that. I don't care
Yeah.
if he can't sing at all. I'm not going to watch Jane Fonda in a new movie. How good is that going to be?
The show's supposed to be good.
Ladies
Night
show?
Live.
Huh?
Ladies Night Live.
No, there's
No?
something else called like Frankie and something that she's been doing. It's a
Oh,
series.
Grace and Frankie. Yeah,
Grace-
that stopped in 2022.
Oh, okay. With Lily Tomlin, I never saw. People got good
Yes.
reviews. You know, but then again, you know, a lot of things are getting good reviews. Conclave. Does it look like it's a great movie? People just tell you it's a great movie.
Don't forget those two were in 80 for Brady together too.
Conclave was good.
That's right. What's that?
Yeah, Conclave was good.
It's interesting. I'm sure that it's a very watchable and interesting movie in that, but I'll have to watch it myself. I've read
the Ralph as Fiennes is the Pope?
Rafe.
Rafe.
Yeah, whatever.
Rafe.
Ralph.
It's Rafe. Fiennes. The L is silent.
Well, then drop it.
And the A is long. Rafe Fiennes.
Ray?
Rafe Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes.
Anyway, I've read some interesting things that compared it to other movies that in the past that have taken on that subject matter and really kind of showed through the dialogue how paper thin the actually Conclave is when you compare it to movies that were made in the 50s and 60s and 70s that were about religion and big concepts and how they actually go in. A person made the argument that all you know about Conclave is that the liberals and the conservatives are having a fight for who's going to be the next pope, and 2.5 hours later, you still know nothing about the things they disagree upon because it's never discussed. It's all just like he's up, he's down, this person, hey, this is, and really he points to some very, I got to watch the movie, but he points to some very vacuous lines, like by Stanley Tucci when he says to Ray Fiennes, "It's a war, and you have to pick a side," and then he like juxtaposes it to like.
Liked it. I just liked it as a movie. I wasn't thinking about its place in history.
No, I know.
Thinking about its place in history.
No, I know. And this reviewer even said, "Watch the movie. It's a good movie." He wasn't saying it wasn't a good movie. He's just saying it's not a deep movie, and it's being presented as if it is.
Yeah.
What is Rafe? A swing vote cardinal or
No,
something?
I think he's the guy that I think he's running for pope or something, right? I guess behind the scenes that you do kind of run for pope, and it comes down to a liberal conservative. And I don't have to watch the movie. It's 2025. It comes out of Hollywood. The liberals win, and it's a good thing. I don't have to watch the movie to know that the best, most wonderful future for the Catholic Church is that the liberals win in the conclave. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong? Because I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna watch it now. It's on Peacock.
I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Okay.
I'll watch it tonight. I'll give a review.
I will be really, really surprised if the conservatives beat back the progressives and it's considered a good thing in this movie. I will be very, very, very surprised.
Well, that might be happening sooner than you know.
But this reviewer's thing was more like at the end of the movie, you don't know what they disagreed on because they never talk about it. They just like have like, and maybe I'll start a YouTube channel one day and get into that. And then I watched that Nicolas Cage movie where he played Nicolas Cage. I thought that was fantastic.
Oh, I wanted to see that.
It's very movie. Good. There's a little bit of overlap with some of the characters in Barry, I felt like. But still, I really didn't. What's that called again? It's the unbearable weight of extreme talent or something?
Of massive talent.
Of massive talent. Very funny, very good movie. Really enjoyed it. So I'm back into the movie thing. I don't know why I had to talk myself to get back into the movie thing. I was like, 2 hours. Meanwhile, I'll sit there for 2 hours thinking about whether or not I should watch a movie, and I'll still be sitting there for 2 hours later. Like, I want to give it 2 hours.
It's like
you know what I did the other day? I was on my Plex server.
Yes.
And I have a friend on there that is called Jeff Flicks. So he has like a ton of stuff on his thing. So I'm just looking through, and in my head I'm singing a Paul Simon song. So I turned that on my Alexa while I'm like searching through all these movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started listening to Paul Simon music while I just had the screen up. Like I never picked a movie. I just started singing Paul Simon songs to myself.
You kind of just went through the greatest hits of Paul Simon while you
I
watched
did.
your.
I went through like 6 songs until it got to like the the other guy's solo stuff.
Oh, Art Garfunkel?
Yeah, the Art Garfunkel.
You don't
stuff.
like his solo stuff? Well, he's not quite the writer that Paul Simon is.
Well, yeah, he has some nice pipes.
He had one hit.
But what I just realized when I was bored listening to him, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I've just been sitting here not picking a movie for.
Yeah.
You could have watched One Trick Pony. That's Paul Simon.
Oh, Paul Simon in a movie, and not a very good one.
Right.
Not a very good movie.
All right, Annie Hall.
He's in one great scene from Annie Hall, which is only chock full of great scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, don't get me wrong. You're not supposed to like that movie anymore, I guess.
Well, it is
because,
problematic.
It's problematic because people are claiming that the director did something he never did.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's problematic to actually watch it. But you know me, I'm drawn toward movies that are good, and you know. I guess. If you told me Hitler made the movie, I'd be like, I don't care how good it is. I'm not going to watch it. But that's my red line. That's my red line.
What if Hitler?
If
Hitler made the movie, but it was like a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm still not watching it. I'm saying Hitler as director, I'm out.
What if you made it before he became chancellor? of
Doesn't
Germany?
matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm
No carve-outs. Just
no
no Hitler
carve-outs. I'm not watching a movie that Hitler made. No matter. But when it comes to actual artists, if you stopped looking at or listening to or any artist that had a personality flaw, you wouldn't have a lot. You know, you'd be listening to a lot of Anne Murray. She's a very nice person with a great voice.
She ran over a guy and let him die at the side of the road.
See, I didn't even realize. You know, the more you dig, the more you find
No
out.
more movies of hers.
That's what Annie's song is
Thinking
about.
sadly, we lost Roberta Flack, voice of an angel,
Mm-hmm.
awesome. But she was, I think she was about 87, or was she? 87 or 88?
Don McLean's song finally caught up to her.
Was she in that song? I don't know.
Killing me softly with his song. That's about him.
Is it about him?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Well, she didn't write the song, but it's about him?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
She was 88.
She was 88, so that's a decent run. But
What about the mom, Charlie's mom from It's Always Sunny?
did she die?
Yep.
Pee-wee's Miss Yvonne.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, she died too.
That's sad too.
Who else died?
All right, well, we're really kind of starting this
Remember
week
little
off.
Billy?
Yeah.
You know his aunt. She used to pick you up at church. She
died.
last week.
She died. Well, to all the great artists that we've lost over the weekend, rest in peace.
I'm happy you
We
jumped back
miss
on the
you all.
movies. I know I watched Nosferatu on Friday.
Nosferatu, the new one?
Yeah, the new one, and I watched the
Have
old
we
one
talked
again.
about that one where I didn't realize that until recently that that there's a whole different. I always thought that it was the same. I thought it was the Dracula story.
It's
and they
very
just
similar.
called it right, but it's not. Back in the 20s when they made that movie, they didn't have the rights to it, so they just called him Nosferatu and told the same story.
It's essentially the same
Okay,
thing.
right.
And I found out too that there is going to be a new Dracula movie with Keanu Reeves coming out next year too.
Wasn't he in
Which
the-
I'm sure that's not going to be great.
Wasn't he in the big one?
Some strange things.
Children of the Night. What music they make.
Wasn't he in the Pretty Boys version of like Interview with a Vampire or whatever? He wasn't in them?
No. He was in Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is the best, sexiest
well,
Dracula.
Well, that's the one that's closest to the book, and the book is fantastic. Well, the show's opened up on like an arts and entertainment kind of.
Well, we saw movies this weekend.
We saw movies.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Don't hold that against us. There are things to talk about beside movies that are very important, such as this one.
Word of the day.
I didn't ask for that.
By Sextile.
I wasn't going there. I wasn't going there yet.
It's a good shot there, George.
It was good. It was good, though. I'm glad you kind of ahead of me. But hey, Radar O'Reilly, you did not read my mind effectively. I was going to ask, and we're going to go to Word of the Day. But I was going to ask about, it's been a couple weeks now, and I thought this was kind of an aberration, but it's still going on. At what point and for what reason did we get and we now have an air fryer in the break room? That's something I've never seen. I mean, microwaves, coffee machines, water machines.
Air fryers are cleaner.
Air fryers may be cleaner, but like are people reheating chicken fingers at work? It doesn't. Yeah, an air fryer at home is fine.
Fish sticks.
Yeah, some cod.
Is that what we're having? We're having
I'm going to bring my
sticks
fish
at
sticks
work?
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, an air fryer in the break room.
It's smart, actually, because if
How
you
is it
have something
smart?
left over, because if you have something left over, instead of having to microwave it and it gets all mushy, you get to put it in the air fryer. and
What
it
about
gets crisp.
what if I had like stew or something? Could I do that?
Don't
in
put
the
it
air
in the
fryer?
air fryer.
Yeah,
Okay.
you wouldn't use the
Not
air fryer.
That's
for
what you
that.
should be eating at work. It's like stew and soup and
What about like some tilapia or something like that?
no, you
reheat
don't want any
I like
seafood
really
in
burnt
the break
popcorn.
room.
Can I make that?
Yeah.
People,
Well,
you can make it in an air fryer, but I wouldn't.
Burnt
Popcorn.
popcorn?
You know, you can
Yeah.
cook it I wouldn't do that.
Some of the best things to make in the air fryer are
Tim,
wings
I'm in.
too.
if I
Wings.
would have thought about this, I would have had it put in my new contract that goes. I just don't like an air
Why?
fryer because
What?
I just
You have a
find
problem
It's a
with it?
great
it's
idea.
a big ugly appliance. It's
Well, there was nothing
You're
there
a big
before.
ugly appliance.
Oh, why? What are you being paid by the air fryer
I just
people?
really, I'm not
are
even
you
there, and
speaking
I
for
like, I like that it's there.
big air fryer?
I'm Team
Yeah,
Autumn this
well,
time.
Bring
Hell
a
yeah.
toaster
Who are
oven
you
tomorrow.
speaking for?
Yeah, at least
Nope, I mean, what was that?
I don't think that there should be a toaster oven
Why?
either.
Why?
It's not a
It's a
place.
kitchen.
The microwave is the only oven in the break room. It's a compromise. You're not at home. What are you going to do? Hey, why don't you start
Hey,
dicing
if they
up
want me
vegetables?
to come back to work, I want crispy tendies.
Yes.
Okay? I don't want soggy, weird
Well,
smush.
that's why your foreseeable future is talking into a microphone in a closet in
Hey,
Baltimore.
I'm in a basement today, so thank you very
Oh,
much.
well, you because it's Monday and you're the trivia queen of Crofton. Listen,
Yeah,
Yeah, why is there no camera?
don't
Are you
think
tied
that
up?
impresses me.
She tied up.
Are you tied? Well, why is there no camera, Autumn?
Oh yeah,
Are you
Are you tied up down in the basement? You got you tied up to a pickle barrel or something down there?
It's Drew Carey's basement.
Why do you always go after the game show host of The Price is Right? You don't know what his
Going
basement's
after?
like.
I'm
He has a
just
sex
celebrating his
dungeon.
sex
Who
dungeon.
says he has a sex dungeon?
Everybody knows he has a sex dungeon.
Everybody
Oh,
knows that. I've
do
said
the
it for
cops
years,
know?
And I was right about Ellen.
That's
So
a-
you guys can shut your
Oh,
mouth,
because you're
except
right
for
about
Tim
Ellen
Dillon.
doesn't mean you're right about Drew Carey having a sex dungeon.
I am
It's
right.
not a sex prison. It's a sex dungeon. So,
So you're
people
saying
are in
it's
there
consensual.
voluntarily. Yeah.
That these are consensual sex prisoners in
I
the
want
dungeon.
to be up on that, like, whatever.
that thing that looks like an X.
Yeah.
It's the cross.
I want to be on a table.
that the
that has
X
a hole in
table.
the bottom of it.
Look, there's all kinds of reasons. He may be doing research down there. He might be a part-time scientist. You don't know what he's doing. And I think it's wrong that you go after the host of The Price is Right. What? Talk about a part of the American landscape. And Autumn going after the host saying he has a sex dungeon? Why? I can't
I
even
think she's
imagine.
covering
it.
for something. I think something really is going on in that basement that she's
Oh,
allegedly
you think
broadcasting
she's
from.
trying to push people toward Drew Carey so we don't see what she's doing?
Potentially.
It's
Drew
where the
Carey-
trivia gnomes live.
Yeah. Drew Carey's making me burn my fingers in an air fryer, and it's his kink.
But
While
you-
you're
it all
tied to the
comes
St.
together.
Andrew's cross?
Wow, you know the
Yes.
name of that thing?
Yeah.
It's his
Wait.
favorite saint.
There shouldn't be any saints involved in a dungeon.
Ooh.
How do you know?
Well, there
Everybody's
shouldn't
got their
be.
kink.
I think by going down there, you are no longer a saint. I don't think we should have anything named. Just call it the X table,
Well, they do call it that too. The X
the
cross.
triple X table. I don't even want to hear the word
3 of them.
cross. Well, you got to have a crowd, right?
That's too many.
I don't want people hanging around while I'm hanging around.
Gotta put a show on.
Well, my whole kink is I like to act like the mad scientist, surgeon, so I can go from table to table.
Okay.
Experimenting.
So you have all
on my-
these
yeah.
Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope he doesn't
Yeah.
come to me.
You dress like Grandpa
What
Monster.
she needs is a little more candle wax on her belly. Hey.
Hey, Herman, bring the whips down.
This isn't a real IV.
But it's about to be.
It's vodka.
So George, we don't have time for word of the day here, but we will when we come back. I want you to know, I want you to feel as if you're still part of everything.
Thank you.
When we come back, we are going to do your favorite segment of every show, word of the day, just as soon as we get back. That's my promise to George Clark.
It's no surprise that Ragsdale Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Electric continues to grow, and they're looking for good, caring people to join them. If you've got experience as a plumber, electrician, or are an HVAC tech, give them a call and be part of a great team. Be proud to bring your expertise, knowledge, and patience to homes all across Atlanta, like mine. Ragsdale's experts have been taking care of my home for years. Employees stay with Ragsdale 10, 20, even 30 years. Go to ragsdaleair.com/careers and apply today.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
Hey, this is Rocco at Rocco's European Garage, and we invite you to come see us at our 6th location, now open off of Main Street, halfway between downtown Alpharetta and Milton. At Rocco's European Garage, we take pride in offering full service and repair on any European vehicle. You'll always get effective communication, upfront all-in pricing, and you approve the work prior to us beginning. plus a 3-day appointment window to get you back on the road quicker, always at a better value than the dealership. Now open in Alpharetta or find a location near you at roccoseuropeangarage.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
You can save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Right now, select varieties are buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I was sitting on the couch in my living room during the recent Arctic blast, and I was freezing. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Window draft, unacceptable. I started to freak out, and then I remembered, hey, Dr. Roof does windows and siding. They've been doing it for over 25 years, and I can buy now and pay later. Yes, I can get my windows fixed by the best in the biz at Dr. Roof, and I can buy now and pay later. If you have window issues, roofing issues, call or go online for an appointment right now. Dr. Roof, for all your roofing, siding, and window needs.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 3:30. I'm Veronica Waters. News this half hour is brought to you by Vincent Financial, Impact Financial. It is now our WSB top local story coming out of from under the Gold Dome, the Georgia State Senate, advancing legislation today known as the Red Tape Rollback Act, which opponents have dubbed Georgia Doge. The bill requires state agencies to look into the rules and regulations currently on the books and see if they need to be updated. It could also require funding, a legislative look at funding every 4 years for any state entity. Democrats say this is going to slow down the process. The measure is now headed to the House. A family is grieving a young girl today after a 6-car crash this morning on I-20. The DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office identifies the girl as 11-year-old Nevaeh Govan. DeKalb Fire and Rescue Captain Jason Daniels tells WSB 6 other people were injured and taken to area hospitals, and 3 of them were very badly hurt.
They were critical as we transported them to the hospital this morning.
The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Delta Airlines says a flight from Atlanta to South Carolina was forced to turn around this morning due to haze. Video on social media shows this haze filling the cabin of the plane. Delta says the flight crew followed procedure and declared an emergency. The plane was carrying 94 passengers plus the crew. The incident follows a similar one, which happened Saturday when a Delta flight from L.A. to Sydney had to go back to the airport when smoke was detected in the galley of the plane. Egg prices keep on skyrocketing, and now you can add beef to the list of higher grocery prices.
The wholesale cost for a dozen eggs is now at $8.07. Wholesale is before it hit stores, and stores can set their own prices. The average grocery store price is at about $5 a dozen.
Correspondent Alex Stone says the cattle industry is reporting beef prices going up as well because of high supply costs and drought. It's 3:32. Live team coverage of traffic and weather begins right now. Our triple team traffic is headed up this half hour with Alex Williams.
Got some better news for our commuters out of Douglasville and Lithia Springs. Crash cleared 20 eastbound past Lee Road. Exit number 41 on Booker. Westbound delays start all the way back at Riverside Parkway. There, Riverside Drive, Riverside Parkway area. That should start to get better coming over there out of Cobb into Douglas County. And the construction just wrapped up that was in the right lane all day, 575 northbound at Bells Ferry Road exit 4. Still seeing the brake lights from Chastain Road, but starting to get better as you make that drive up toward Woodstock. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, high 65, lows tonight in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 68. Sunshine and warm on Wednesday, morning low 43, afternoon high 72.
Right now, we're looking at 67 degrees in Clarkson, at 67 in Conyers, and 66 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 3:33. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
February is Heart Health Month, and there's no better time to take care of your heart. This is Scott Slade. It's the perfect month to call Virtual Imaging and get your free heart scan to help you stay ahead of heart disease before you even know there's a problem. You've been hearing us talk about how Virtual Imaging's free heart scan can save lives. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and any problem with your heart that you can detect early means you have a better chance of living a longer life. Call Virtual Imaging today and get your free heart scan. What are you waiting for? Call 770-678-SCAN. It's quick, painless, and you'll get a clearer picture of your heart's health so you know where you stand. And it's a great way to mark Heart Health Month. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Virtual Imaging now and schedule your free heart scan with a few minimum requirements. It's quick, easy, and could save your life. I've done it. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Because your heart deserves it. If not for yourself, do it for your family.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
Americans love using their credit cards, the most secure and hassle-free way to pay. But D.C. politicians want to change that with the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill. This bill lets corporate megastores pick how your credit card is processed, allowing them to use untested payment networks that jeopardize your data security and rewards. Corporate megastores will make more money, and you pay the price. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Learn more at guardyourcard.com. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Are the effects of diabetes, prostate cancer, hypertension, or high cholesterol robbing you of your ability to perform in the bedroom? Choice Men's Health can help you eliminate ED and get your bedroom performance back in just one visit. Choice Men's Health offers breakthrough treatments for ED and performance issues in the bedroom to help you regain your confidence and give you back the intimacy with your partner. Call Choice Men's Health right now to make an appointment and find out how you can eliminate ED on the first visit. Popular name brand pills like Viagra and Cialis don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. Choice Men's Health custom medications work immediately, even if you have a medical history or think you're too old to perform like you used to. Choice Men's Health can help you have a fulfilling sex life again. Call Choice Men's Health today at 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170. Once again, that's 404-400-1170.
Eric Von Hessler, best show on the radio. All right, now I know the only way to get on is to kiss ass for a little bit, so now that I've done that, stop the word of the day. Nobody likes it.
All right, let's do this.
Word of the day.
Bisextile.
Anybody heard of that one before?
Bisextile.
Bisextile.
Where do you get it?
I don't know if I can answer that properly.
I think I met some people in college that were bisextile.
Bisextile.
You'd think Autumn be all over this one. She's got to know what this is. Huh? No, she's not even with us, probably.
Again, she's tied up in Drew Carey's basement.
There she is.
Just tell Drew that you'll come on The Price is Right. He'll let you out. Look, you're the one that went down to Drew Carey's sex dungeon, all right? I blame you. I'm sorry. Listen, you'll just have to deal with it now. Am I going to call 911? The answer is no, because you went willingly. You deserve this, as far as I'm concerned. So let Drew Carey do as Drew Carey wishes. What's the word again?
Bisextile.
That's right. It's an adjective. It is spelled B-I-S-S. Well, I should go B-I-S. S-E-X. That's the interesting part. T-I-L-E.
Bisextile.
And it is something that's not happening this week, that sometimes does happen this week. What happens this week sometimes, but isn't happening this week?
Basketball.
Football.
I did watch NASCAR
Every
yesterday.
4 years, something happens this week.
Leap year.
Leap year.
Yes. Bisextile is having the extra day, February 29th of a leap year. That's called bisextile.
Bisextile.
It was stupid. It's the stupidest word I ever heard in my life. How that has nothing to do with sexuality or anything like that, I don't know. It's just, I guess that one day every 4 years is
Bisextile.
It's a bisextile. I don't know. Makes no sense to me, but it is a word, and that means that somehow this here host has to use it in a natural, organic way.
Now, does today's word have to be in the story that's due today?
No.
Okay.
Is there a story? Is the story that's due today done and ready to be presented today? I wonder.
Guys, I think I lost my connection.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Well, she's down in that sex dungeon.
Drew Carey story.
We're gonna have to. If we see Drew Carey reading the next chapter of our story on Price is Right, then we're gonna know.
That sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah, Autumn truly is shackled in his sex dungeon.
I would finish it, but my hands are tied.
I know, but as I've already let you know, don't ask for sympathy from me because you're chained up in Drew Carey's sex dungeon. Once again, you went there willingly. So, if I never see you again, the last thing I want you to remember on the way out is Eric said, "You deserve it."
Bisextile.
Bisextile.
There will be no bisextile this week. I think I've already done it.
Bisextile.
Clean.
Let's not play
Safe.
around. Let's not play around. Did you give me the safe?
Safe. That's
All
clean.
right, there we go.
It's well done.
I'm on
what a
first. The
strange-
show is ready to go.
What a strange word, though. I mean,
I know,
why,
I feel bad. We get that teenage girl who listens every day for words with her dad, and it brings them together, and she got to hear a word like this.
Bisextile.
And yet it does. It's not. It does. It's nothing like what it sounds like. Then you could take it to school and use it, and the teacher maybe will yell at you, and you say, "Aha! It's not a bad word. It's not. It's not even a word about sex. It's a word about the leap year that we're not having this year."
Very heavily used in the 1800s, not used so much these days.
Yeah, it's probably an older term. Maybe they didn't have the term leap year back then. Maybe it was completely.
They called bisextilis annus.
Yeah, so bisextile. Why would that be that
Because-
February 29th?
Bis means twice. Sextus means sixth.
Right.
So it's
like if
the
you have sextuplets.
Right. How does that end up being 29th
I don't know.
of February?
Wait, how do you spell it again? B-I-S-E-X?
No. BISSEXTILE.
It's the
Oh, two S's.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is confusing because then in the Julian calendar it mentions the 24th of February, which is the 6th day before the beginning of March.
And that's today. Today is the 24th.
So that's why you got that word today, probably.
No, that's I get the word just reading it out of something else. It didn't come up
Well,
today.
that's a coincidence.
I'm
then.
afraid to be sued by Word Daily, so I won't take their words every day.
Oh, you didn't align your calendars.
I have like a 6-month backup that I can go back to where things Word Daily gave me. Yes,
You don't align your calendars with all the different calendars that are available to you.
Julian and such.
The Gregorian.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, it used to be February 24th, 2 days in a row every 4 years.
Aha! And that's why it's called
Bisextile.
Don't
Wait,
say.
I'm confused.
Look,
I
didn't
need
say.
like a thing with like red yarn going across each thing. I'm confused.
Like a crime scene, trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Don't bring
where
us
did this
down.
start?
We just learned something. This is the beauty of the show. You didn't learn it along with the rest of us.
No, I missed it somehow. Like I can't figure out.
So this is
Tim
what
said.
it
I need
is.
him to say it again.
So the February 20 that they used to do is they used to just have February 24th twice. Rather than go, they would do. They would have 2 days called February 24th, and that was.
Bisextile.
All right,
That's not
listen.
idiot. I mean,
that
it's
was
like just a different way of solving a problem.
Is it idiotic to act like we have one extra day every 4 years?
How do you know which
It's the
24th
same
it
thing.
is? Which 24th is
It's
it?
24-1.
It's either the first or the second one.
Yeah, not 24-2. It's
20
24-1. And if you had
24A
your
and
birthday, you had
24B.
48 hours of straight birthday fun
There's that.
every 4 years.
And the people who are born on February 29th, they have to decide every year whether they're going to go with the 28th or the 1st.
Oh, I'm 10.
I know. That is always funny to say.
They are
Those people
hilarious.
that have the leap year birthdays, like, I'm actually 10. All right. no,
Okay,
you're not.
we get it. How come you look older than me?
Yeah, you're not
Maybe 10, but you got a face full of wrinkles.
And you're arrested
Bisextile.
for being drunk. Where are your parents?
Let's do this.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
No. It's Jared. What's the buzz? tell us all what's happening.
Eric, people are buzzing about the U.S. economy. Why?
Are they?
Because it depends more than ever on rich people, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, this is true. Rich people, these are people, it's like 10% of the population that's considered rich. I guess rich is, like, right now, considered rich is $250,000 a year and more.
Or more, that's correct.
That's considered rich.
And all of the people
like,
that are earning that have been able to stick with or beat inflation at this point.
So they're able to eat inflation, absorb it, and yet still continue to keep spending.
Exactly.
Whereas everybody else is pulling back on the spending because they can't afford it. Now, if these top 10% want to stay in the top 10%, I would say probably just continuing to spend all the time when your expenses are going up may mean a few of these families are going to fall out of that. But more than anything, and we'll talk to Wes Moss about this tomorrow, this is not good. Because what it means, basically what it means is people who own property, people who own their own homes, home prices have been going up over the last few years. So if you are in the market and you own property, you're actually doing very well, and you're the only people who are doing well. And it's dangerous on a couple things. It sort of shows, the gap between the rich and the poor in this country, which is not good. But also, it's not good for anybody when something like nearly 50% of the spending is coming out of this 10% because everybody else is pulling back. And what that means is for everybody, including the rich, we better hope nothing happens to real estate prices. We better hope nothing happens to the market that's too shocking, because if that 10% suddenly can't keep buying, then we're all going to be screwed. It's okay, you might think it's like, a tug of the emotions, the gap between the rich and the poor, and people can be very cold about that. But it's never good when it's one small demographic in your economy that is actually fueling the economy, because then just one thing that happens to that group, well, the rest of the people already aren't at the party, and then the economy can just fall right off the cliff. So the way that this has all been generated is, and I believe it has been generated, and also, again, it's always a chance to let young people know, don't listen to the so-called experts who are trying to tell you that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. You will not be happy. The only way to gather wealth and gain wealth is to own things, specifically home, land, that sort of thing. So if you're 25 and you've been told you're the subscriber generation, walk away from that. Understand that that's only because the people who do own the homes want you to pay rent. And they've already bought everything on earth. There's almost nothing left to buy. So now it's a matter of talking you into not buying things and subscribing and renting your whole life. And they're going to try to convince you that this makes you happier somehow because you don't have to worry about mowing your own lawn. But you also don't mow your own lawn, and you don't gain any wealth over your lifetime. And then you're just stuck in the hands of whatever the oligarchs are going to give you at the end of your life. And this is one more example of that. But also, again, the more important thing is for everybody involved, it's not good that 10% of the of all of the people involved in the economy are actually fueling 50% of the economy. One thing happens to those people, then the whole economy's screwed.
You, in a way, are practicing this, Eric, by buying all of these vinyls now. I think that this is your way of doing this by owning your own music and not being reliant on streamers, too.
Yeah, because the new version of Rolling Stone's Some Girls is going to be worth at least $13 in 15 years.
If you have the WSB radio app.
If you have the WSB
all
app.
the notifications you need.
If you have the WSB app.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
Breaking news in Cobb County.
All in one place.
We'll send out an alert on the WSB app.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it from your app store today. New investigations break on Channel 2 Action News. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every day we follow the facts.
Started digging, only to find...
Getting you the answers you need now.
We have live. Team 2 coverage.
Channel 2 never stops advocating for you.
An investigation regarding your tax dollars.
We're more than just Atlanta's news.
A warning for consumers regarding...
We've got your back all over North Georgia. See what's new, live, every day at 4, 5, and 6 on Channel 2 Action News.
Do you have an unused vehicle sitting in your driveway? Imagine turning it into a new beginning. When you donate your car, truck, or van to Tommy Nobis Center, you're helping people with disabilities get the training and support they need to enter the workforce and build successful careers. Your vehicle donation fuels real change, giving people a chance to achieve independence and purpose. And it's easy. We'll handle everything from pickup to paperwork. Plus, it's tax deductible. Donate today at TommyNobisCenter.org. Make a difference, one vehicle at a time.
Broken tent, magazines, old honey jars. Spring cleaning is a time to get organized. Kick your spring cleaning into gear and save when you choose Scana Energy as your natural gas provider. They have options for every family. Right now, you can even get up to $100 when you sign up. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/100 for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Dave Baker here for Ben Hill Renovations. I know what's important to you when you're looking for a new deck. You want the work done with quality workmanship, on time, within your budget, and built correctly. Getting a new deck from Ben Hill Renovations checks all the boxes. And when it comes to new decks, pretty much anything you can imagine, Ben Hill can do. And they're all backed by the Ben Hill Workmanship Warranty. Swing by the new Ben Hill Renovations showroom in Douglasville and talk to one of their designers. Or see them on the web at bhrenovations.com. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 888-471-3896. That's 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. One of our clients, Jerry, said, we needed to move quickly, and we were worried that the process would be lengthy and that we would spend a lot of money on repairs. I can't thank Mark Spain Real Estate enough. Find out where your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Thanks for calling Reliable Heating and Air. How can I help?
Hi, I know it's late, but my water heater just busted and there's water everywhere.
No worries, a plumber's on the way.
Is it expensive to replace?
Nope, just $29.99 a month, 0 down, no credit check, lifetime warranty, and same-day install guaranteed, or we pay you $300.
Did you say $29 a month?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, let's do it.
Get a plumber fast with Reliable. Book online at ReliableAir.com.
Reliable Air is always just right.
There's not an ad at the top of this page that I have open on my iPad for Life Hack Whiz. These are like life hacks. And I haven't.
Like how to whiz better?
Probably they may get to that.
Got to massage the prostate.
It just changed. It just changed, and I now lost what it said before. But it was mix Coca-Cola and Vaseline.
For?
Well, they want you to click through and find out. So watch what happens. George, can you look that up? Why do people mix Coca-Cola with Vaseline? Because you never know.
Vaseline.
Well, good for you with your. Hey, you got that voice. Why? You should be on American Idol.
Hey, I should.
How come you don't? Is American Idol ever come into Baltimore, Maryland?
Man.
She's out of the demo. She's too old.
Oh, what? No. She's 42.
That's out of the demo.
She may have gained a couple pounds since dropping the Monjaro, but it's about voices, I thought.
They tell you that you have to be 18 to 30, I think.
18 to 30?
I'm pretty sure because it came around
That's
recently.
ageism.
She already tried out once. Simon said on the radio show, yeah, just look for me or tell them.
None of that came true.
Yeah.
Well, she was kind of foolish, and she sang a song that was written by a friend. It was a good song,
I did not.
I thought your choice
Sang
was
a famous song.
Oh, I
sang,
thought.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Oh, really? And they didn't take it. Were you nervous? Did you screw up?
I don't know.
You can be honest. Did you give it? Did they hear the best Autumn? I believe it was Pritz at the time. Did they hear the best Autumn Pritz possible? Or was Autumn Pritz pritting up a little bit? Was she a little nervous when she got up there?
I was probably a little nervous.
Yeah.
I did have to sleep at the Georgia Dome or whatever it was.
Well, how would you know? Do you have a
in
dream?
The hallway, it was
okay.
wild.
Is that where? Do you have a dream that's worth sleeping in a hallway?
Well, I know it was just a strange. I was thinking while I was doing it, I was like, "This is really strange. This is like safe for us. Like we're all just here. This is okay."
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you're so you're sleeping there overnight, and then how long waiting in line? Then all of a sudden, boom, you're in there and you're up. Sing.
They put you in these little groups on the in the stands, and then everyone is like singing to themselves, and it's like kind of being around like theater kids, and I thought that was weird.
Oh, I bet that's so annoying.
People have
Yeah, it was kinda
they have their hand over their ear, cupping their mouth.
Yeah, like,
hi baby, yeah.
Like Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, and all that. All those girls who think they can sing because they got that nasal thing going on.
Yeah. By the way, the requirements are you have to be born between June 2nd, 1995 and February 15th, 2010.
Yeah, you're way out of the demo. You're not even close. How does that feel? You're not even close.
That's fine.
They don't want you. American Idol does not want you. That's basically what that says to me. They might as well just, it could be a lot easier. Just said, if your name is Autumn Fisher, don't even bother.
That's why you need to go on America's Got Talent, like that lady who sang the song from Les Miserables.
Oh, I mean, you can go.
That Scottish
Susan
lady.
Boyle?
So
Susan Boyle, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on England's Got Talent.
Okay.
And England's Got Talent, actually, those people become stars. No one who wins the American version of America's Got Talent has anyone gone on to be a genuine star at anything?
I feel like there's one. Actually, a country star.
What? Like one of those
Susan Boyle did it. She
like
did something.
Grace VanderWaal.
Grace VanderWaal.
Matt Franco. Any of these names ringing a bell?
No.
Michael
yeah.
Grimm.
No, sorry.
Shin Lim.
Hasn't like one of those groups of acrobats ever won? You know, like sometimes they'll have like 10 people on doing like
Yeah.
you know, they got
They like
fire.
do a thing where it's like they're all standing on top of each other, and one guy's like juggling a chair
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
legs.
Yeah, and there's like guys like they're riding motorcycles in a cage. I don't know, what do you do with that if you win? What do you just go to circuses? Like,
None of these people are famous.
yeah, no, it doesn't matter. You win. I hope you enjoy the check or whatever you get, and you maybe I don't know, maybe you go
set
to.
you up for life.
Yeah, maybe it's probably looks good on a resume though, right? If you go to Broadway and you be part of the choir or
Well,
something.
I don't know if you're going to be able to work at Home Depot with that on your resume, but we'll give you a shot.
George, can you sing?
I've run into a lot of things when I was stocking shelves when I was on American Idol.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
through some adversity.
I cannot sing.
You cannot sing. You don't have the ability.
But I can tell you that Coca-Cola and Vaseline mixed together is a skin care hack.
Oh, really? What's it do? What does it get rid of psoriasis or something?
Let's see here.
Does it get rid of?
There is no scientific backing for this, but the acidity from the Coca-Cola could irritate the skin, and
that doesn't seem good.
Seems like the opposite.
Cleaning
Yeah.
or rust removal concoction also.
Well, we know it could remove rust because apparently, if you put a screw or something in
it can
Coke,
exfoliate the
it'll-
dead skin, and then the Vaseline would moisturize it. That's
I have
then
a lot
why
of rust
doesn't-
behind my ears? Should I use this?
Yes, yes. And I wouldn't Coca-Cola just get together with Vaseline people or some petroleum and just
Coke
make the
Vaz?
product? Yeah, Coke Vaz.
Yeah. Coke
Vaz
Vaz.
Coca Vaseline.
Coat your stomach.
I mean, if it really worked, they would get into that because, you know.
Vasacola.
Vasacola.
You found the right combo.
Oh, it's delicious. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes to finish an entire drink, but
gotta really
it's a
suck that
dish. It
straw.
will.
It's juicy.
Sometimes. What? What? You were disgusting.
What a
Can't
pig.
play with this guy. It's disgusting.
Making Autumn look like a Girl Scout with his dirtiness.
All I know is the Vagicola. Vagicola.
Not that.
Yeah,
What'd you
yeah,
say?
who went
That's
there?
a new
You went there.
concoction.
That's Jared's fault.
Not Vagicola.
You took me there.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Dragged me
dare
there,
you?
sir.
How dare you?
Just like one's taste in music, every home is unique. That's why Mama Bear and I chose Scana Energies, our natural gas provider. They have options to fit your home's needs. But since you're busy, I'll help you find the right music for now. Maybe rock and roll. Or something more serene. Oh, yeah. Sign up with Scana today and save up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
First Liberty Building and Loan. They say yes to small business financing when big banks say no. It's Eric Erickson. Make a 10-minute call to First Liberty Building and Loan, and you will know if you're a fit for their program. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or consumercellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Visit my friends at Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort. This is Scott Slade. They specialize in exquisite handcrafted fine jewelry and natural mined diamonds, never mass-produced. It's where I've been doing business for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
You take it for granted, but it's the biggest piece of moving equipment in your home, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. When trust matters, like when your garage door doesn't open or needs to be replaced, trust us. Here's why. All Four Seasons is a local, family-owned company built over 25 years ago on honesty, customer service, and teamwork. If you've got garage door issues, trust us to repair or replace. We'll make it easy. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Unbeatable offers meet unmatched luxury at Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Shop their inventory today and enjoy Lexus owner perks like complimentary Starbucks and their airport concierge service. Drive home in your dream Lexus. Shop online at butlerlexusofsouthatlanta.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 4 o'clock. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this hour brought to you by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. WSB's top local story under the Gold Dome. The state Senate taking action to advance a bill dubbed Georgia's Doge.
The Red Tape Rollback Act requires agencies get rid of outdated rules every 4 years, and if an assessment finds that a new rule or regulation will cost the state more than $1 million, lawmakers will have to approve it. Democrats say the bill plays on people's fear and distrust of government. Republican sponsor Senator Greg Dolezal says it's good for lawmakers to be more involved.
I think our constituents expect us to do a lot more than just come down here and pass a bunch of new laws.
Supporters say the legislation will help businesses in the state. The measure now goes to the House. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
67 degrees now in Midtown Atlanta. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards was forecasting highs in the mid-60s today. Tonight's lows are going to dip into the 40s, and we'll see a return of mostly sunny skies on Tuesday. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up. Another whiplash fast firing and rehiring in the federal government. Lisa Dwyer reports it's barely a week after hundreds of Food and Drug Administration staffers got pink slips.
Beginning Friday night, FDA employees overseeing medical devices and other key areas received calls and emails notifying them that their recent terminations had been rescinded effective immediately.
The move comes after corporate lobbyists told Washington the layoffs could hurt their industries. The FAA is investigating the turnaround of a Delta flight this morning at Hartsfield-Jackson. A Delta spokesperson says the Columbia, South Carolina-bound plane had, quote, haze inside the aircraft. The FAA says the flight crew was reporting possible smoke in the flight deck. Videos on board show passengers quiet, covering their noses and mouths as Flight 876 turned back. Atlanta Fire Rescue helped as flyers used the jet's slides to deplane. No word on any injuries. The 11-year-old girl killed this morning in a 6-car pileup has been identified as Nevaeh Govan by the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office.
6 cars were tangled on I-20 near Turner Hill Road. DeKalb Fire and Rescue Captain Jason Daniels says there were multiple injuries.
We had a total of 7 patients, 2 of those being juveniles, which were ejected from the vehicle, tragically resulting in 1 fatality.
At the time, those taken to hospitals were all in critical condition. No word yet on the cause of the crash. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
The Vatican is releasing today new information regarding the hospitalization of Pope Francis as he battles pneumonia at a Rome hospital. They say his condition is improving.
The latest statement really seems to be a much more positive tone as it relates to the Pope's condition, but it also does acknowledge that he's not yet out of the woods. His prognosis, they still remain cautious about the Pope's prognosis.
But at the Vatican, Marcus Moore reports the Pope is still in critical condition. Fabric and craft store chain Jo-Ann is closing every single one of its locations. The company making this announcement just a little while ago. A liquidator has agreed to buy all of Jo-Ann's assets, and going out of business sales will be held at the stores. This comes just weeks after Jo-Ann announced in this tumultuous bankruptcy process it's been going into that it was going to close about 500 of its 800 stores. Egg prices keep on skyrocketing as the bird flu has now gone up to 27 million cases. The average wholesale price of eggs is $8.07 for wholesale, and that is before retailers set their own prices in stores. Now we're hearing that beef prices are going up. The cattle industry says those prices are rising because of high supply costs and drought. The Federal Home Loan Bank of Atlanta announces $60 million in grants to help families and individuals buy a house.
The funding helps with down payments, closing costs, and home repairs. The grants are being offered through the Affordable Housing Program. Tamika Strickland is with the Federal Home Loan Bank. She says last year they gave out millions to 4,000 individuals.
We do anticipate between 3,000 to 4,000 individuals in 2025.
She says there are a number of programs available for first-time buyers, community partners like healthcare workers and police officers. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
It's 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. But first, live team coverage of traffic and weather starts right now. Alex Williams is live in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Hey, good afternoon, Veronica. Got a stall on the west side inner loop. It's in the center lane, 285 northbound. The inner loop just past I-20, exit 10 before you get to Hollowell Parkway. It's slowing the ride back to Cascade Road. Also slowing I-20 in both directions, trying to ramp onto 285. Now over on the east side, I-20 eastbound, had a stall blocking a lane before Panola Road, exit 71. Looks like that's cleared, but still jammed up from that east side perimeter with 20 westbound delays starting from Panola Road, trying to make your way past Wesley Chapel, exit 68. Checking the ride through Midtown and downtown, Sydney Darden.
It's a slow one, especially if you're coming off of Georgia 400. You're going to start hitting those brake pedals as soon as you get onto 85 southbound. Once it merges with 75, it's a really, really rough ride through Midtown and, again, past the Grady curve until you get to I-20. On the opposite side, you're starting to see those delays really feeling the pinch I-85 northbound right after exit 240 University Avenue until you reach I-20. From the Colt Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly sunny today, high 65. Lows tonight in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 68. Wednesday, the warmest day this week. Sunny skies, morning low 43, afternoon high 72.
65 degrees in Johns Creek, 65 in Kennesaw, and 66 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 4:06. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Have you heard about this documentary about the cat cult lady?
No.
So it's a cult. I've only read about this. I think it's on like Discovery ID. I don't even know if I have that on my YouTube, but I have no idea.
That should be on Max.
It's a show called The Curious Case of, and I guess they have new documentaries. And this one just came out. It's The Curious Case of the Doomsday Cat Cult. And it really, people will follow you can find somebody to follow anybody. That's the story of all these cults. I don't know what people are looking for. So this lady was a preacher or something in the Northwest. And then then with her people, she started saying, well, no, you got to worship me. And then she believes in this Egyptian thing where each cat holds 1,400 human souls. And so then you had to adopt 30 cats if you were in her cult thing. And then it just got more out of control. I haven't seen it yet.
Must smell really nice there.
But I tell you what, man, you talk about two things together, cults and cat ladies, I'm in. We're still doing What's the Buzz? Tell me what's happening, Jared Yamamoto.
People are buzzing about the Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Because they're not going to go to the White House and meet with Donald Trump.
All right. Well, first of all, it's not about meeting with Donald Trump. That's the thing that's been messed up here. Now, my understanding is the owner, who owns the Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie, I think his name is. So they're all billionaires, and he's on the side of billionaires that hate Trump, I guess.
He's a good billionaire.
Yeah, he's a progressive billionaire.
Yeah.
Or if you're a billionaire and you've got billions because others don't, sometimes it's fun to act like a progressive because then you're considered the nice billionaire.
Yeah.
And nobody bothers you. So he's the nice billionaire who doesn't like Trump. The point of going to the White House as a championship team is not supposed to be about an endorsement of the current occupant of the White House. Obviously, you win a championship and that year somebody's president, you have nothing to do with it. I don't remember this growing up. I don't remember people refusing to go to Ronald Reagan or I don't
Did
remember.
anybody refuse to go to George W. Bush?
Maybe it may have
I
started
think
there.
it started at the end of his
It
presidency.
may have started there. Back when the same people who now call him wonderful and an example of what Republicans used to be, you're talking about back when they called that same man a war criminal. Yeah, things change over time. So it could have started to turn back then. But this is just further evidence of the idiocy of the national dialogue in this country. It's like it used to be known that when you went there and you were being celebrated by the president for your championship, no one ever even thought that came within a million miles of you endorsing that person or their policies. Long after all of us are dead, as long as there isn't some sort of catastrophe, that house, that building will still be there. So the idea is this is the headquarters of the nation. You're the national champions, and at the headquarters of the nation, you get celebrated. It's not about the president that day. It's about you. It's being celebrated. You're being celebrated.
Well, I have good news.
What's good news?
I have really good news. Because of the Eagles deciding not to come to the White House to celebrate, I have written another executive order invalidating their Super Bowl victory. So congratulations to the 3 times, what do they call that, the three-peat? The three-peat.
That's right.
Super Bowl 59 champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Brittany Mahomes, wow, we love her.
So executive order says that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and there were questionable calls.
You're giving Brittany Mahomes the MVP instead of Patrick Mahomes,
Well,
right?
no, Patrick was the MVP. I mean, look at how well he played.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. So I didn't realize you could write an executive order and overturn the Super Bowl.
Well, you know, the Eagles can sue me. We'll see how that happens. I mean, I'll work with the courts. I'll work with the courts. The courts.
All right. Very good. So I just think it's idiotic. It's not about you endorsing the current resident. It's about 50 years from now when you're telling stories to your grandkids. And, you know, we went to the White House and the president, as a generic, the president invited us to the White House and celebrated our victory. So, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. But we have become an idiotic nation that doesn't know how to even debate anything. So it doesn't surprise me. So there it is. So I guess no one who rooted for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl is a fan of Trump. Didn't he win Pennsylvania?
He sure did.
Okay, so that's the team saying, we're not exactly the people who root for us.
I'm a Steelers fan
So
now.
if I was running a huge team, I would be like, well, I just want to be as least controversial as I can be. So that means accepting an invitation to the White House, especially when we're coming from a state that person who occupies the White House won the state.
couldn't you
Probably not going to be all that scandalous.
The Eagles didn't do it the last time they won either, so.
I know, because this guy can't stand Trump.
Couldn't they leave it up to the players to decide who wants to go to the White House? Like, still have the
Well, there's
invitation?
4 players who are still on the team that are pissed off that Trump went so hard against the players when they were kneeling. But guess what? They have a lot more money now because they stopped kneeling, because Trump was right. And the reason that they don't kneel anymore is they recognize that all that money comes from television revenue. And also, they recognize the NFL has never told any individual player that they can't work with any kind of charity or cause or anything that they want to on their own time. So they could continue before every game kneeling for the national anthem, and slowly the money would dwindle that could be passed around to the different players who are making all of this money. And so they'll stand on something like this, but the reason those 4 players don't kneel anymore is because they want the money. So the reality is, if NFL players didn't care about the money, the ones that want to still kneel would, but they don't. But they want to still have the virtue signal of, we're not with Trump. Meaning, right now, we're just not on the same side as the majority of the nation. Back when they didn't go the last time, Trump was so different, and you didn't know where people stood. And ultimately, he didn't win re-election after that. But he won the popular vote. I know you hear a bunch of stories about how, he won the popular vote. Look at a map of the red and the blue, and look at the red and look at the blue. I mean, for heaven's sakes. Doesn't mean that I have to endorse it or anybody listening to me has to endorse it. But the reality is he won the popular vote, and that's the reality whether you like him or not. So the Philadelphia Eagles are saying that we cannot be seen around this person who just within the last few months, won the popular vote of the American people.
Including their home state.
So I got news for you. Donald Trump, I got news for the person who hates him the most today. Donald Trump, much more popular than the Philadelphia Eagles. Donald Trump doesn't need the Philadelphia Eagles, and if the Eagles don't come to the White House, it's going to have absolutely zero effect on his presidency. So feel good about the stories you can't tell your grandkids. It's idiotic to not go to the White House if you're invited to the White House.
USAID paid for Saquon Barkley to go over to the Eagles from the Giants.
So now you got to stop paying him, right?
He's done. USFL time.
Yeah, Elon Musk has told Saquon Barkley that he has to write a letter back to him to describe what he does for a living.
What did
within
you
48
do
hours
for the Eagles today? This week?
Elon's getting to the point where Trump's going to go, okay, dude.
Dial it back.
Just, did that really come from... You feel like he's doing some things with Trump and then some things just on his own. It's like two impulsive characters that don't always get on the phone and sort of align their impulses.
And a lot of people that are being fired are voters who voted for Trump.
Well, listen, look, this cannot be done with a scalpel.
True.
This can only be done with a bulldozer. And I've said it from the very beginning, you're going to have to put things back into place. Things are going to get broken. But it's the only way to do any kind of reform of the federal government. Now, I've listened to many arguments, and there are good arguments to say that we shouldn't. I'm just saying, if you want to do this, this is the only way to do it. Some people are going to lose their job, and then they're going to be put back in the job because they're going to find out they need them. But to get to something that entrenched, you just have to go in with a bulldozer and then rebuild the buildings that you need, but only the buildings that you need, not rebuild with everything that was there before. So some people are going to be displaced too. And by the way, this happens in the private sector all the time. The news doesn't come every time I've lost my job in radio. Nobody cares. People lose their jobs in the private sector all the time, and it hurts. But now, if it happens to a government worker, somehow this is something that is just horrible. It's never good if it's you. Losing a job is never good, but you don't want to lose the job. But the idea that there's this class of people that it should never happen to, who should never go through this, I don't get that at all. Alex Williams says there's trouble on the west side perimeter in Fulton County.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric. We are watching this stall sitting in the second left lane, 285 northbound, the inner loop, just past I-20 exit 10, so 285 north slows before Cascade Road. Also impacting I-20 in both directions, trying to ramp on to 285 northbound. Now, the rest of the perimeter, 285 east and south, the inner loop, you're on and off the brakes, leaving Buford Highway and Doraville for the ride down into Clarkston. Toughest part of the outer loops, 285 westbound from Georgia 400, stays heavy passing the work zone through Roswell Road, then on and off the brakes through the I-75 interchange as you pass Truist Park there in Cobb County. We found trouble on I-20 into Cobb County, Sydney Darden.
Yes, it's I-285 northbound on the inner loop. It's a stalled vehicle. It's taking out one center lane, causing you delays as you merge on there from exit 10B from I-20. And speaking of I-20, it's also a little sluggish I-20 eastbound near exit 44 to Thornton Road, past that to Fulton Industrial, making for a slow ride as you approach the perimeter from the Cool Rate Carrier Traffic Center. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
News.
Atlanta police on the lookout.
At the top and bottom of every hour.
2 people are dead and 19 others are injured after a small plane crashed.
And when it breaks.
Johnson with 218 votes right now, and it appears that would be enough to get him reelected House Speaker.
Check back 3, 4, 5 times a day.
95.5 WSB. Atlanta's breaking news station.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. You'll save time and make the most money. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of getting your home ready to sell, receive an all-cash offer, and close in as little as 21 days. You can trust my friends at Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer. With experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 40% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but with NG Turf, get premium local farm fresh sod right now that comes with a spring green up guarantee. Family owned and operated, NG Turf is the only grower to consider. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way to treat your aching bones and joints. And that starts with predicting problems before they even become problems, up to a year in advance, with up to 93% accuracy. When you save time avoiding surgeries you don't need, you can spend time doing the things you love. When it comes to healthcare, a better system means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch this, the Doomsday Cat Cult. The synopsis is, as her beliefs growing, so the lady's preacher Cheryl Ruthven. As her beliefs grow increasingly bizarre, she demands her congregation start adopting cats, believing the animals' souls will save them in the impending apocalypse. Her manipulation drives followers into intense isolation, financial ruin, and bizarre rituals, tearing families apart and exploiting loyalty, all under the promise of salvation. There's the documentary.
You like those cult ones. You like those.
I'm amazed that because every time you see one, and I don't know about this one, this lady seems crazy about cats, but when the guys are the leaders, there's always something sexual going on. There's one reason to become a guru. It's like this. Don't even do the investigation. If it's been a cult for over 5 years, the guru's having sex with a lot of the women, and maybe men as well. I've seen those cult ones too. That guy.
Progressive cults.
Well, there's a lot of, so it's all, well, is this what I need to do to go? I just thought I had to sleep with him every night if I wanted to go to heaven. Okay. I'm always amazed by cult that there's always people for them. There's always, you could have the weirdest, stupidest, most idiotic cult ever, and you're going to find 10 people who you could start the cult with.
Hey, remember, Eric.
And that is what I want. Not enough documentaries about that. What is it about the average human being that they're drawn toward this? Because it's not a sign of intelligence. I can tell you that. It's not a sign of intelligence.
My grandma used to say, every pot has a lid, Jared. Every pot has a lid, and that's the case.
How do you get drawn into that? I mean, when you're raised... As a little kid, you're raised in the religion your parents are in. That's a completely different thing, but because it's familial and things like that. But this is something when you're 30, like, I'm just going to join this cult.
That's what I want more documentaries on. The psychology of the person that needs to follow someone that they believe is the manifestation of God on earth. Like, why are so many people... Why do they need that? I just like, what is it? How lost? I mean, I cannot imagine being in a large function and the person like, well, I like being a part of this church, well, a lot of unity and all that kind of stuff. And then the guy stands up there and says, all right, drink this Kool-Aid. It'll kill you within 5 minutes. Everybody, bottoms up. I can't see myself I would be one of the people that you would have to, because I think they had to kill some people, right? Some people weren't going to drink that Kool-Aid. And I think they got shot.
Did they know they were drinking poison Kool-Aid?
I don't know. Well,
I don't
listen,
think they did.
Look, everybody didn't take the drink at the same time. At some point, you would notice, I think there's something wrong with this Kool-Aid.
They could have rushed the stage.
Half the place
Those are the
is
same
falling
people
up.
that left in that they were trying to leave in the helicopter.
Those were congressmen.
Well, a congressman got killed because what happened was they went down
That was
to
the same cult, right?
Same cult, Jim Jones,
Okay.
Temple of
yeah.
what was it?
Dumb. I don't remember.
Where did they go? They
To
went
Guyana.
They went to Guyana. And then word got down
Jonestown.
there. Jonestown. Some people in America, because there were Americans that were with them, and some of the family members were upset, and so a congressperson went down there. I can't remember his name.
A delegation went to investigate.
And he got killed. The congressman got killed trying to get on the helicopter. And then after that happened, Jim Jones knew it was over.
Right.
They were going to come get him. And that's when he's like, well, it turns out the way I'm looking at my Bible, and it says, if I die, you all have to die at the same time. Do you guys have the same one I have? Because it says right here.
That's the second New Testament.
I just can't imagine. There was a lot of people who are like, yeah, if he's dying, I'm dying. Give me the Kool-Aid. What is the psychology?
You just buy into it. You need somebody to...
You just buy into it?
Yeah, you just
Are
need
we all
somebody-
in cults? This is what I was wondering. Are we all in cults? Am I in the Beatles cult? Is there
Maybe.
There are some indoctrinations that we go through just being in any country that you grow up in.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell people about the von Hessler doctrine, hazing, which, as you know, you're never supposed to tell people
fact
about.
Oh, well, I deserved that.
Well, the fact that you
of course, and you got your leather apron, so
Yeah.
you're fine. Just don't tell people about it.
There's some
because it's
things-
usually guys, it's not usually girls, and we just had the same rules. That's all there is. to
There
it.
are societal norms, though. Think about it. Everyone shows up to work in their clothes most of the time, and there are other things that are considered societal norms that other societies might find different.
Now, Autumn was laughing at that. She doesn't consider clothes a societal norm, but I guess that's correct. I mean, it's learned behavior, right? I mean, we're born nude.
Yeah.
And if nobody told us to put clothes on, we
We'd be
probably
showing up
would.
to work naked.
What if it's cold outside, though?
Well,
what do you do?
Toughen up.
Stiff upper lip. And that better be all. This is a workplace. Alex Williams says there's a stall on, not like a bathroom stall, but like a car that is
it's stalled out.
stalled on I-20 in DeKalb.
Yeah, he is not moving right now. Eric's stuck in that center lane, I-20 westbound, right between Wesley Chapel and I-285. That's stacked up the ride as you leave Panola Road, exit 71, coming out of Lithonia. Still seeing eastbound delays, but it's just that. No crashes in the way, just the brake lights in front of you from I-20 East from 285 out to Panola Road. If If you're heading to the northern suburbs, toughest part of that's going to be 85 northbound, leaving I-285 Spaghetti Junction for the ride up into Duluth. Some better news on the west side perimeter, Sydney Darden.
Yes, my stall now moved off to the shoulder I-285 northbound near Hollowell Parkway. Nonetheless, still some major delays. If you're making your way up to 85, you're going to start feeling the pinch way back near Greenbrier Mall as soon as you merge on there from Highway 154. That's going to have you on and off those brake lights until you get to as you make your way through Cobb County. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for BeTheYoungerYouATL.com weight loss program. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't gone and gotten your free consultation to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com, well, you're losing out, because you will lose the weight and keep it off. And every single person, every single friend, every single coworker will say, my God, you look great. Just like people tell me, I cannot be any plainer and simpler. I'm a walking, breathing example that this program works. Please, if you care about your health, if you care about weight loss, if you want to keep the weight off, go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now or call 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000. BeTheYoungerYouATL.com weight loss program works. And I know it works because it's worked for me. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now or call 770-415-3000.
New investigations break on Channel 2 Action News. We get problems solved, plain and simple. Every day we follow the facts.
Started digging, only to find...
Getting you the answers you need now.
We have live. Team 2 comes.
Channel 2 never stops advocating for you.
An investigation regarding your tax dollars.
We're more than just Atlanta's news.
A warning for consumers regarding...
We've got your back all over North Georgia. See what's new, live every day at 4, 5, and 6 on Channel 2 Action News.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 4:30. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this half hour brought to you by Hoffman Financial Group. WSB's top local story. In a largely party line vote, the Georgia Senate moves to advance a bill some have dubbed Georgia's Doge. The Red Tape Rollback Act would require a thorough review of state regulations and give more rulemaking say to lawmakers. Bill sponsor Senator Greg Dolezal.
The American public in general recognizes that having lawmakers with a seat at the table in the rulemaking process is probably a good idea.
Democrats push back on the measure, saying it plays on people's distrust and fear of government. The bill now goes to the House. A manhunt is underway for the shooter who opened fire Sunday night at the Main Event Entertainment Center on Cobb Parkway.
There is only one suspected shooter. The suspect had departed the scene prior to the arrival of officers.
Cobb police tell WSB 2 men were taken to the hospital and are being treated for gunshot injuries. No word yet on their condition. It's back to work in person for thousands of federal workers today. The Trump administration's order, though, creating some logistical challenges at places like the CDC.
We are expecting a large influx of staff back into the office starting today, and this is broken down into 3 phases.
The CDC's Jeff Williams says the main Clifton campus will see a doubling of the in-person workforce. Some employees have been remote working since the pandemic, so there are going to be, as you might expect, some traffic impacts and parking challenges. He says a total of more than 11,000 CDC workers will be returning in all to the 3 Atlanta campuses. Some scary moments today for passengers aboard a Delta flight at Atlanta's big airport.
The FAA says Delta Airlines Flight 876 returned safely to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport this morning around 9 o'clock. This after the crew reported possible smoke in the flight deck. The Boeing 717-200 was headed to Columbia, South Carolina. There were 94 passengers on board. Nobody was injured. Those passengers did make it to their destination a couple of hours later. The FAA is now investigating. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
You know, a Delta flight heading from Los Angeles to Sydney on Saturday was also forced to turn around after just 30 minutes due to smoke on board. And FlightAware shows another Delta flight from Atlanta to Lexington, reporting a similar incident in Atlanta on the 14th of February. As Starbucks' new CEO works to streamline operations, the company's getting ready to lay off more than 1,000 corporate employees. These layoffs are not expected to impact roasting and warehouse staff, they say, or baristas in stores. Buying a home in America is not cheap, especially for first-time home buyers. Bankrate analyst Jeff Ostrowski says the national median price for a starter home is $400,000 now.
If you're going to afford a $400,000 house at the 7% interest rate, you're going to need to make north of $110,000.
He says rates are stubbornly high, around 7%. According to Realtor.com, the average home price this year in Metro Atlanta is just about that, $390,000. The music world is mourning the loss of a legendary singer today.
CBS News Special Report.
Strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words.
Roberta Flack has died. She became an overnight star in 1972 with her song, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, and followed it with Killing Me Softly with his song. The song soared to the top of the Billboard charts, and she became the first artist to win consecutive Grammys for Best Record. Anthony DeCurtis is a contributing editor at Rolling Stone magazine.
Roberta Flack will always be remembered for the massive hits that she had in the 70s. But, she never really changed her style. It was a kind of level of adult, sophisticated soul music that always had an audience.
Roberta Flack announced in 2022 she had ALS. She died today in her home in New York. She was 88 years old. CBS News Special Report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
It is 4:34, time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Alex Williams is watching your drive in the WSB 24-hour traffic center.
Just found this new trouble downtown. It's 7585 southbound right under the North Avenue Bridge, exit 249. It knocks out the second left lane. It's just adding to an already slow ride from the 85-400 merge, trying to make your way through Midtown and downtown. Now 285 northbound, it's still in recovery mode on the west side inner loop, even slow from Highway 166 Langford Parkway up to where trouble cleared off to the right, just north of I-20, exit number 10. Toughest part of I-20, the westbound outbound route on the west side, is from around Riverside Parkway heading out into Lithia Springs. Some eastbound delays heading over to that west side perimeter. We've had trouble on I-20 into Cobb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, capital T trouble. I'd say a stalled vehicle right now sitting in one center lane, I-20 westbound near exit 68 to Wesley Chapel, causing you delays. You're going to start feeling the pinch right around exit 71 to Panola Road as you're making your way from Stonecrest. On the opposite side of that as well, seeing a little bit of volume, maybe some onlooker traffic, I-20 eastbound headed towards Wesley Chapel and on into Stonecrest. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today, high 65, lows tonight in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 68. Sunshine and warm on Wednesday, morning low 43, afternoon high 72.
66 degrees in Tucker right now, 67 in Tyrone, and looking at 66 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 4:35. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
When you're running a small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop, or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. It could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile, an incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing.
Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Treated unfairly by the police? George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. GeorgeStein.com.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Maybe, maybe not.
Keep an eye out for him.
So this Jared Yamamoto, he said to me today when we got in, he said, I went mini viral over the weekend. And of course I said, well, that doesn't impress me. If you're not going to go all the way viral, I'm not really all that impressed. But so you went to the Atlanta United game on your birthday, Saturday.
Had an absolute blast out there.
And an usher pulled him aside and sang happy birthday to him very loudly and gave him a gift bag. And then he went mini viral.
I actually have the sound here.
Oh, wow. Whoever you are.
Hear my wife there.
I heard you. Hey, Mrs. Yamamoto's had a couple at that point.
Yeah,
You're wonderful.
Got picked up by ATL Scoop and a couple of other Atlanta-centric Instagram stories, so that was really a cool feeling. But really, I
went more viral than you. I don't know if you noticed, but I was in that latest IHOP fight at 3 a.m. I don't know if you noticed me, but
I thought you were in the Hartsfield
we
fight.
Really, yeah,
both.
Actually, I had nothing. It wasn't me, but I happened to be involved in both, just because I like going viral. So I want to say that I'm proud of the Atlanta crowd because they won, what, 3-1?
We won 3-2.
3-2.
This team reminds me a lot of the team that won the championship a couple years ago. We're going to score a lot, but we're going to allow a lot.
It's been one game.
I know, but we got Almiron's back,
Okay,
and we
get
look
it.
explosive.
There's good reasons to be excited, but it was one game. But we're playing Toronto and Montreal. So you have we're going to have both national anthems before the game. And it's become a thing now on each side to boo the other one's national anthem. But you played it for me because, of course, he wanted to go viral.
I pulled my phone out. I'm like, let's see what the Atlanta fans do.
Boo? And they really didn't. No. There might have been a couple of people. But that's the way that it needs to be. Somebody has to stand up, be the adult, and knock it off. All right?
Amen.
Canadians are not our mortal enemies. We're going through a little rough spot right
for
now.
Yourself.
Well...
I don't like them.
Sometimes it's fun to have a new enemy. Recognize this about yourself. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror. Recognize sometimes it's just plain fun to have a new enemy. But at the end of the day, you come to the realization, oh, I'm an idiot for thinking that. But emotionally, it can be fun. We're having a thing with Canada. Canadians are not our mortal enemies. All right, let's just try as Americans for 48 hours a week not to be idiots about things.
Can't. They started it, Eric. They started it.
We have enough real enemies. We don't. It's like Canada is not. They are not our enemies.
What about people from Oregon?
They're actually called Americans.
Yeah, but some of them hate America.
Yeah, but they might just disagree with you. Maybe they think
No, they hate
They want to
America.
love a different
What
kind of
about
America.
Detroit? They're real close.
Yeah.
They're real close to Canada as well.
Yeah, next door.
Don't
May as
trust them.
well.
Don't trust them.
As well.
So we could have a playful little back and forth with Canada. I suppose that's okay about trade and whatever. But if you wiped Canada off the map and it just didn't exist, every single problem America has, we would still have. So let's not put too much on the Canadians. And one side has to decide, okay, we're going to be the adults and stop booing the national anthem.
They're
of
like
the
our
other
little
side.
brother. You know, sometimes they can be annoying sometimes.
That's
but
right.
overall, you love them.
And you give them a noogie and you move on.
Yeah, exactly. We could beat them up, but,
Oh,
you know, we don't.
Reggie.
We allow them to
You
have their
don't
little
need
moment.
to. All that matters is they know we can beat them up. We don't actually have to beat them up. Come on, now.
Exactly.
Let's get back to reality here just a little bit. We can't pick a fight with everyone everywhere all the time. That's not going to work.
Why isn't it going to work? I mean, that's sort of what I've been working on.
I know, but there's a limit to the number of. I read an article that was kind of chastising the fact that Americans are just so frazzled by so many tragedies and so many things that we kind of we're protecting ourselves, and not really allowing ourselves to be taken over emotionally by every tragedy that happens. And this article is like, we don't know how to grieve anymore because, what I would say is blame the media, because everything is presented as an existential threat all the time. People's nerves are just rattled. And so you just cannot grieve over every single thing the media tells you need to grieve over without losing your mind. And then when something really horrific happens, like a school shooting or what happened in New Orleans in January, yeah, it is true. Don't chastise us for us. People have hardened themselves emotionally so much that because they just can't give themselves over to those emotions as often as we're being asked to. If the media didn't put every political thing out there as an existential threat, I mean, bureaucrats are being fired. Oh my God, it's the end of democracy. Everything is the worst, then maybe we would have the emotional reserve when needed when one of these horrible things happens. But when you get a daily deluge of existential threats of everything, it's natural that you just sort of guard yourself from the emotions. I mean, as I'm getting older, so many people are getting sick and dying. I have to kind of it's in everybody's life. As you get older, you keep living. Other people you knew stop living. And I'm just going to be honest about it. You sort of shore up your emotions.
Yeah, you
because
become somewhat desensitized.
You become
Trauma
desensitized. You can, but you can't.
It's not
It's
an
not a
actual
trauma
habit.
response. In my life, I am not going to break down emotionally 5, 6, 7,
Right.
8 times a year.
That's the trauma response. I'm
No,
saying
no.
that the protecting yourself is the response to the trauma.
I guess, but my point is that a lot of this isn't actually trauma. It's just that because everybody with every news story is looking for power and trying to get you on their side, everything is presented as an existential threat if this side doesn't win and that side does on this particular thing. So yes, we do that, but in reality, we don't need to, because 95% of this stuff isn't actually existential and isn't actually trauma. And if that would go away, we wouldn't have to protect ourselves so much. We could genuinely let our emotions go at the proper time. But I blame legacy media, because they're trying to compete with the clicks, and every headline has to scare the hell out of you. What are people supposed to do? Just let themselves fall to pieces 12, 13, 14 times a year? That's no way to live your life. There's no way to live your life. And this article was just like, Americans don't know how to grieve anymore. We know how to grieve. We just have to save it for the times, oh, that's my loved one. I knew that person for 50 years. Not just being told about some horrible thing that happened in some state 3,000 miles away, and now I got to give myself emotionally over completely to that one too. Doesn't work that way. It may seem cold, but you do have to kind of pick and choose which tragedies you're going to allow to take over your life. It might not sound right. I'm just being honest.
It makes sense.
But I think most people would not admit to it. I think
It's the same with the war on drugs, or how we were told that marijuana is a gateway drug, and you're going to be doing crack if you start smoking weed, and it's like, that's a lie.
Yeah.
And so you believe that, and then you grow up and you realize that's not true, and then you're like, oh well, then I can't trust anything.
I can't trust
anything.
anything.
So if you're being
right.
told constantly that everything is dangerous and everything is killing you, even your shampoo, then you're like, well, whatever.
Something's going to kill me, so I might as well have fun. Alex Williams says there's a crash downtown.
Yeah, we just watched this crash on 7585 southbound right under the North Avenue Bridge. Exit number 249 had been sitting in that second left lane. They were able to get it out of the way, but either way, it is just adding to the ride that's going to take close to 30 minutes heading southbound from the 85-400 merge past that earlier crash to I-20. Northbound slows from University Avenue up to Freedom Parkway, Peachtree, Pine Street area. Delays improve into Midtown. And the stall had been in a center lane, then they held all lanes, then they blocked a right lane, now totally off to the right into DeKalb. I-20 westbound before 285 exit 67, but that ride stays slow as you leave the mall at Stonecrest. Checking the ride to the northern suburbs, Sydney Darden.
It's going to be a really slow one over in the northeastern side of the metro area, leaving Spaghetti Junction, which is jammed up in all directions, by the way. I-85 northbound, a really tough ride past exit 99 to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and on and off those brakes until you get to the 316-85 split. Over in Cobb County, you're really going to start seeing those brake lights 75 northbound as you make your way through the 120 loop near exit 263, and it's going to be really stop and go as you make your way through Cobb County up towards Kennesaw. This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. They are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time right now. You can go to Rapid Radios and get 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, I'm Sydney Darden, Trouble Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour.
Jam-packed bumper to bumper.
Evening rush hour.
All lanes are shut down.
And everything in between.
Crash still on the right lane, 85 northbound Hamilton.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
Slow beginning at Piedmont Avenue, 75 South Slow.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Aram here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair's completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with a team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation can take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
The wreck was bad, but dealing with insurance can be even worse. Hey, it's Smiler Mark McKay for John Foy & Associates, the strong arm. When it comes to traffic accidents, I've seen it all, and nothing surprises me. But when it comes to how insurance companies treat accident victims, I'm shocked. If you've been injured, don't try to take on the insurance companies alone. You need an experienced, winning team. You need the strong arm to fight for you. Pay nothing up front and get your free case evaluation at johnfoy.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. I've trusted America's Best Choice for more than a decade, and so can you.
For a limited time, get the best quality windows starting at just $299. Plus, act now and save 10% on all new decks. And enjoy great pricing on siding, roofing, fencing, motorized awnings, and more. Don't wait. Go to abcwin.com and schedule your free consultation. America's Best Choice. Quality you can trust, prices you can afford.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or consumercellular.com today. Real people pay to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
All right, this Jared Yamamoto says that he has a couple more stories in the What's the Buzz bin that are good. So what's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Well, people are buzzing because the world's first flying car has hopped over a vehicle in public. This is Aleph Aeronautics.
Car. Get out of here.
Can you imagine? So
it's not a car. It's not a car.
I saw it. It has tires.
It has tires, so it does drive partially on the road.
But it looks like it either looks like a helicopter or a small plane.
It's got essentially kind of the same technology as drones, and it hovers over cars and can fly a little bit of distance as well too. So when next time you're driving on 400, if you instead of taking a left or a right around somebody, if you had this car, you could just hop over them.
So that's a hopping car. That's not a flying car. That's a little bit different.
It looks like a clunker. I mean, like a car made in the Soviet Union in the 1970s.
So does
it
not have wings or anything like that?
No.
So it's like a drone in the sense that you have like 4 areas of like propellers that
are all underneath the car. It's called the Aleph Model 0.
Yeah.
And it looks again.
So when your car is hopping over another car and then it fails halfway through and you smash onto the top of the car in front of you and perhaps injure some members of somebody's family, who's on the hook then? The guy who built this or you?
Well, I think you just have to hop again.
The hopping car.
It is wild. This video of it looks awesome.
Yeah, but you're just going to hop over a car. You're already probably in a traffic jam. You're just going to. There's a car in front of that car. What are you doing?
Well, how far can you go in it?
It's saying that you can go 100 miles driving and then about 160 miles with flight. 160 kilometers, flight range.
Well, I can't figure that out.
Well, listen.
Kilometers?
Yeah, what's a kilometer?
Well, it'll just say, they'll just
watch
the gauge. When the gauge gets into the red, you want to land.
All right.
This might be the bridge, though. The hopping car.
We're never going to have flying cars. Why can't people get their minds around
Well, if they invent anti-gravity, sort of.
Well, okay, all right. We're not going to see that.
Wait,
Think about how many times you've been on a 2-lane road in the country and you get behind somebody who's driving slow as dirt.
Run them off the road.
Listen. Every single day you see somebody broken down on the side of the road, right?
You could hop over that person.
No. But first of all, if you're in a flying car, every one of those people had to crash to the ground first. They didn't just, I need to get off. I got to get over 2 lanes. I got a flat tire. No. Everything you see on the road that's a crash will have had to actually crash into the ground. It's never going to happen.
Alex Williams would love it.
Are you trying to get me to go to my traffic? Alex Williams would be you don't have to worry about flying cars. There are tough delays on I-20 and DeKalb, however.
Yeah, those cars are definitely not flying. I-20 westbound has been a rough ride this afternoon, starting just before Panola Road exit 71, all due to trouble on I-20 westbound past Wesley Chapel Road exit 68. That has cleared out of travel lanes. Eastbound delays start right at 285 for the ride out to the mall at Stonecrest. On the West Freeway, 20 east and westbound, on and off the brakes in both directions between the West Side Perimeter and Lithia Springs. And we see on the jam cam, our traffic troopers told us about it, crash on the left shoulder of the 75 northbound express lanes near Highway 5. Exit number 267. Been tracking the brake lights on I-285 into DeKalb County. Sydney Darden.
Yeah, and they're really, really, really slow over on the east side. I-285 southbound leaving Spaghetti Junction, which of course is still jammed up. You're really on those brake lights until you get to US 78 there. And even then, it's still going to be a pretty rough ride as you make your way towards I-20 in DeKalb County. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. Save time, you'll make the most money. Hey, Sean Hannity here. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of getting your home ready to sell, receive an all-cash offer, and close within days. No showings, no open houses, and no stress. Find out what the guaranteed offer would be on your home. No obligation. MarkSpain.com. Get your guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com, and then you can start packing.
February is Heart Health Month, and there's no better time to take care of your heart. This is Scott Slade. It's the perfect month to call Virtual Imaging and get your free heart scan to help you stay ahead of heart disease before you even know there's a problem. You've been hearing us talk about how Virtual Imaging's free heart scan can save lives. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, and any problem with your heart that you can detect early means you have a better chance of living a longer life. Call Virtual Imaging today and get your free heart scan. What are you waiting for? Call 770-678-SCAN. It's quick, painless, and you'll get a clear picture of your heart's health so you know where you stand. And it's a great way to mark Heart Health Month. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Virtual Imaging now and schedule your free heart scan with a few minimum requirements. It's quick, easy, and could save your life. I've done it. Call 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-SCAN. Because your heart deserves it. If not for yourself, do it for your family.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077. 800-935-6077.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Playing a game with your family? Fun! Playing a game with your roof? You'll lose every time. Findlay Roofing is the perfect match for your roof. The extra effort experts with upfront pricing and exceptional service. FindlayRoofing.com.
Roof.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this hour is brought to you by QC Kinetics. WSB's top local story. A bill dubbed Georgia's Doge has cleared a key hurdle in the state Senate today.
The so-called Red Tape Rollback Act requires agencies to get rid of outdated rules every 4 years. And if a new rule or regulation will cost more than $1 million, the legislature will have to approve it again. Something Bill's sponsor, Senator Greg Dolezal, says is a benefit.
The American public in general recognizes that having lawmakers with a seat at
the table in the rulemaking process is probably a good idea.
Democratic State Senator Josh McLaurin pushes back.
One person's red tape might be another person's due process.
The measure now goes to the House. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
All right, it's 66 degrees now in Midtown Atlanta. Have you been liking this sunshine today? Well, we're going to see some more of it tomorrow after a chilly night with lows in the 40s. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast just minutes away. It is back to work in person for thousands of federal workers today. The Trump administration's order creating some logistical challenges at places like the CDC.
The CDC's Clifton Road campus will have nearly twice as many workers on site after the final step of the three-phase return, which starts today with senior officials reporting back.
Then there's a March 17th date of all other employees within 50 miles. And then the final phase is on April 28th, which is all other employees outside of 50 miles.
The CDC's Jeff Williams says they're ramping up shuttles to and from MARTA stations and exploring off-campus parking for all the extra cars. He says the numbers from recently announced layoffs are still being determined, but will factor into their planning. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
More school security measures are in place now in Rockdale County. The sheriff's office says they're actively investigating several threats made against a county high school during last week's winter break. Authorities say they have identified 2 students who are responsible for making the initial threat, which was published on social media last Wednesday. More threats came in Sunday night. Delta passengers evacuate a Boeing 717 on slides at Hartsfield-Jackson this morning. Pilots turned the plane around after possible smoke on the flight deck, and haze was seen floating through the passenger area on some videos on social media. A Delta flight heading from Los Angeles to Sydney on Saturday was forced to turn around after just 30 minutes due to smoke on board that Boeing. And then FlightAware is showing another Delta flight from Atlanta to Lexington, reporting a similar incident in Atlanta on the 14th. An update on a story we've been following since early this morning. Crews were back out on Lake Oconee today, searching for Atlanta teacher Gary Jones. He disappeared on February 8th while boating with his fiancée, Joycelyn Wilson.
Dogs persistently alert to a 10-acre area of Lake Oconee, but still the body of teacher Gary Jones has not been found. Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sill says physics say the body is likely to float to the surface soon.
Given his size, given the water temperature and things of that nature, this body should come to the surface somewhere on average between 14 and 24 days, and we are just now at day 16.
Jones and his fiancée disappeared while out on a boat. The body of Joycelyn Wilson was found in the water the next day. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
With an estimated 27 million birds now lost to bird flu, egg prices continue to fly up. The average grocery store price now is about $5 a dozen. This woman is shocked by what she's paying.
I was literally shocked to see the dozen of eggs at $9.26.
And if you wanted steak and eggs, you better brace yourself for this. The price of beef is also rising. As the industry says, drought and high operating costs are putting the cattle supply at a low. Neither COVID nor the vaccine caused an increase in young athletes dying suddenly from heart issues during the pandemic, according to a new 6-year study in JAMA Network Open. It finds there were 203 heart-related deaths before the pandemic and 184 deaths during. Claims have spread on social media that young athletes were dying from heart issues as a result of the vaccine. Researchers say this study does not support any association of COVID-19 vaccination with sudden cardiac death among previously healthy young people. It's 5:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. First, let's get a look at your evening commute. WSB Triple Team traffic starts right now with Mr. Alex Williams.
Hey, Veronica, right now we're checking on new trouble once again in DeKalb County. It's gotten very slow, 285 east, the outer loop, leaving Flat Shoals, trying to get up onto I-20 eastbound. We're going to see if any trouble is cooking there. We did find a crash on the 285 southbound, inner loop to Glenwood Road, exit 44. Left lane of that ramp is blocked, but the slowest part of 285 is going to be that inner loop starting in Doraville from Buford Highway as you travel down past Highway 78. 285 westbound, the outer loop, you're on and off the brakes from Ashford Dunwoody Road as you make your way through Sandy Springs over into Cobb County, passing Truist Park. Gets a little bit slower once you get towards South Cobb Drive. All those right lanes slowing, trying to ramp onto I-20, the West Freeway. Checking those brake lights through downtown and midtown, Sydney Darden.
And there are plenty of them. There was a stalled vehicle, I-75-85 southbound near North Avenue, that's been moved off to the shoulder. Nonetheless, still a really rough ride through midtown, and even that's going to continue after you get past the Grady curve on towards I-20. On the opposite side of that, you are going to be seeing that usual volume I-85 northbound around exit 244 to University Avenue on towards I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan and just pay $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official heating of winter. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear and cool tonight as temperatures fall into the upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly sunny, high 68. Wednesday, the warmest day this week. Morning low 43, afternoon high 72. That's trending about 10 degrees above average. However, a cold front moves in on Thursday. Cloudy skies with some hit or miss rain showers, highs in the mid 60s. Cooling down to the upper 50s, low 60s on Friday afternoon, but temperatures bouncing back up into the mid to upper 60s by next weekend.
It's 68 degrees right now in Riverdale, 66 in Roswell, and 67 degrees in Midtown Atlanta at 5:06. More news at 5:30. Breaking news, what it happens. I'm Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. And now, I tell you, I'm really in trouble with my health now. Because, as you've known, Jared, watching me all these years, every once in a while, if I'm a little tired when I show up, maybe I didn't get some sleep the night before, maybe I was irresponsible in some way the night before, but then realized, hey, you're not a surgeon. It's not like you have to go in and do surgery tomorrow. All you have to do is figure out a way to keep talking to the folks. And sometimes when I don't quite get it right the night before, you'll notice that I'll have a Red Bull. I'll pop a Red Bull right before we go on.
Yeah.
Just to clear the thoughts.
Red Bull, maybe a honey bun lately.
Yeah.
I know you try to avoid the honey bun.
No, the honey
sometimes.
bun. No, last week I had a honey bun because I was in just a real weird mood last week. But honey buns, for the most part, are out of my life.
Well, they just sit there waiting for you to walk past them, and I go, "Hey, man,
Yeah, hey, you
remember
want
me?
Hey,
Remember me?
sweetie.
Hey, what are you?
There it is.
Yeah, it's still fun being healthy. It says, hey, it's not cool being healthy.
I'm delicious.
And usually I'm able to walk right past there. So, but the thing with the Red Bull always was, I was never really into the taste. The taste was something to put up with Red Bull or Monster. Basically, they always tasted like baby aspirin to me, with carbonation.
Oh, I have horrible memories from vodka Red Bulls in college. I agree. They're terrible.
Yeah, okay. Well, when you're vomiting that up on campus, I'm sure that makes quite a mark.
Not pleasant.
Quite a mark in your mind.
Yeah, it does not taste good. Red Bull, I have bad memories of that taste.
So that's always protected me from the downside of energy drinks. I only drink them when I actually need them. And usually when I have one, it's the slender can, and maybe I'll go through half of it through an entire show. Now what's happened is there's this flavor they have. It's called the Amber Edition. You remember Autumn's old radio show? I think it's called the Amber Edition.
What color is it?
It is amber.
Oh.
And
I like the yellow ones the best.
yeah, that's what this is. Basically, it's kind of orangey yellow. I think we're talking about the same thing.
Well, there's an orange one. There's a yellow one.
I don't know. This is the Amber Edition. And all I'm saying is, not to be taken off track here, is I think this is delicious. So now I'm getting Red Bulls every day because I like the taste.
You're
this is
gonna
not
be hooked.
good.
That's smart on their part. They know how to keep you coming back to Red Bull.
Clark Howard saw me drinking one Red Bull one time, and his response was, "Do you want to die?" That was one Red Bull.
Was that an offer?
One time. Yes, he was offered to take me out.
That's right.
So if he was that worried because Eric Von Haessler was drinking one Red Bull one time, what would he think now that I've fallen in love with the taste? Somebody needs to create this taste in a can without all the energy drink stuff so that I'll...
Yeah, maybe like a seltzer water or something.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Seltzer water. I'm guilty of that. I like to, when I'm getting in the car now, I have a bad habit of getting a seltzer before I drive anywhere.
But that's not bad. Seltzer water, that's not bad for you.
It's not good for your teeth.
Yeah, as long as you brush and floss every day, you'll be fine.
I've heard this. The bubbles
eats at the enamel.
Yeah, it's really bad for your teeth. You should try to drink water.
With a straw. Drink it with a straw.
I drink bubbly water every day.
Yeah, and her teeth are just
falling out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Oh, is that why?
I was thinking there's that just the Rolling Stones line, toothless hag. What is it? Old toothless hag. That's not you're not saying that's Autumn.
No.
Autumn.
Is that what you're saying?
No.
Just a couple
Yeah, that's
missing.
fine.
I can't believe you guys can say such a thing about me.
That's not very nice.
You should try this Amber edition, Amber.
Okay.
I mean Autumn. But try the Autumn
April.
edition, Amber.
April
What's
edition?
wrong with a nice espresso shot?
I just,
yum.
coffee makes me crash.
It does?
I drink 2 cups of coffee a day.
There must be something
and I'm
in
done
that.
by 10 a.m. And my second cup of coffee by 10 a.m., I'm done. It wakes me up. I have to have it to wake up until a doctor tells me I can't anymore, and then I'll figure out another way to wake up. But for now, 2 cups of coffee in the morning by 10 o'clock. If I drink coffee after that, strangely enough, it makes me tired.
What is in that besides caffeine that gives you energy?
I
Is
don't
there
know.
something
It's
else?
Red Bull. It's
Taurine or
it's,
something?
Taurine.
What is taurine? That sounds like something you put in your pool.
That's why it's called Red Bull, because of the bull, the Taurus.
yes.
Taurine.
She's a wordsmith, that Autumn.
I'll tell you what, for somebody who is illiterate, she knows a lot about words.
And missing teeth.
Thank you.
And somebody, a literate person
judge me
without
just 'cause I
teeth,
don't have teeth.
just because she doesn't have teeth and she can't
Yeah.
read, why are you judging?
Why would
know
you
what?
ever think
You're
that
right.
person?
I should look at the mirror and I should reflect.
Oh, good. Taurine is also used in pet food and pharmaceutical applications.
Well, my pets are still alive, and pharmaceuticals, as we all know, are heaven sent.
Well, we're going to work on it.
Yeah, it's funny, RFKJR.
What?
So my wife and I are both in our 60s, and she's had to go because she had that spinal surgery last year. You know, she has to go updates for that whole thing. And what's interesting is I'm the same way too. When she tells, because she's a couple years older than me, when she tells these doctors and stuff that she's not on any medications, they can't believe it. Like that, all the nurses and people are like, "What? You're not on any medications?" Like, no, I'm not. You know, my wife takes medications when they're prescribed for a while, and then the problem's solved, and then she stops taking the medication.
That's great to hear.
They're freaked out by it, and I'm 60, and I'm not. I got my vitamins and my supplements, but I'm not on any daily medications. So I'm not a part of this big pharma nonsense until I get something where I need them, and I'll consider them my best friends. But for now, if they got something that can keep once I get that earth-shattering diagnosis that we all get eventually, if there's some kind of drug out there that will help me out, then I'll say nice things about it. But obviously, for the nurses and stuff around my wife to respond that way, like, absolutely like, what? You're not on any prescription drugs? It kind of shows you that the system must be broken. That people feel like once you're in your early to mid 60s, that you should be on some prescription, you know? You know how many people are on these statins that shouldn't be on them? It's ridiculous.
There are people that are my age that almost with a badge of pride say, "This is how many pills that I'm
No,
taking."
I know. It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Why? I don't
I
want to be
know.
relying on pills.
Well, I say that for my vitamins and stuff because I do take so many.
Yeah, I take vitamins. I take, there's a supplement. There's a little, I take a probiotic. I got a little mixture thing that I mix into water every day, but no prescription drugs. Nothing I can't get from CVS just by walking in. And I'm not against the ones that'll save my life. Don't get me wrong. I will take them at a point that there's this diagnosis, but I'm not going to be talked into a drug. Hey, you know when you get that rash twice a year that you've just sort of dealt with your whole life? Well, we've got a forever drug. You'll never have to deal with that rash. You know what? I'll just deal with it twice a year. It seems to be, I don't really get one, by the way. That was just an example. I saw that look on your face. You're like, where's that rash?
Yeah, well, I'm
twice a year.
I'm a
Where's that
curious
showing up?
I'm a curious individual. I was like, I've never seen a rash on Eric.
I was watching this doctor talk about how broken the mental health care system is. He was making a lot of sense, but he had a little cut on his lip the whole time, and I thought,
What, are you getting a fight?
well, I didn't know. I was like, this guy got herpes. What? Am I going to take advice from this guy?
That's not his fault.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, how'd he get it?
I don't know. I don't even know that he may have just cut himself
Well, I mean,
shaving for
well,
all
if he
I
had
know. I don't know.
herpes, I mean, that's not somebody that you don't have to necessarily not trust.
No, I'm just saying he's a doctor, though.
Well, he had bad luck one night with an
Or
unclean
maybe just
person.
has oral, like, a
Yeah.
cold sore or something.
It's probably what it is. It's probably what it is. I'm just,
and you get those at birth.
It's different.
What if he had a broken arm? You'd be like, I don't trust that guy.
No, I try to be truthful, my audience. I'm not saying every thought that I have is a good one or that everybody should live like this. I'm just saying I was watching this thing. The guy's making sense. I'm like, hey, you're a doctor. You have cut on your lip. don't
How
know.
embarrassing.
I know it's not right. I know it's not.
Shallow. That's shallow.
No, did you ever think things and you know why you're thinking them? Hey, it's probably not right, but you keep on thinking it anyway? I'm just being honest. Alex Williams says there's a crash on the 75 express lanes in Cobb.
Watching that one right now on the Jam Cam, Eric. It is on I-75 northbound, those express lanes you mentioned, right before 575, mostly off to the left, but traffic troopers tell me it is causing a slowdown in those express lanes as you head up through Marietta. The through lanes of I-75 northbound, you start to hit the brake pedal right around Mount Perrin Road, trying to make the drive up to I-285. Then once you get past that, just sluggish into Marietta, Kennesaw, and Ackworth. 575 northbound, tapping the brakes from Bells Ferry up to Highway 92. That's exit number 7 in Woodstock. How are we looking on Georgia 400 through Sandy Springs and beyond? Cindy Darden?
Well, I'm going to use your word, sluggish, especially for Georgia 400 northbound. When you merge on from 285, you're going to be on and off those brake pedals until you hit exit 6 to get off at Northridge. And then over on the northeast side, you're jammed up in all directions, still on Spaghetti Junction. That's typical, but once you get off I-85 northbound, really slow around exit 99 to Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Same story as you get up towards exit 105 to Pleasant Hill. Now, once you hit that 316-85 split, you do see just a little bit of relief, but not too much as you it picks back up as you try to make your way through Suwanee. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Topical. And the theory is that these are all government drones.
Local.
So if it's 14 in Georgia, it's got to be like 25 in New York City because everything's so expensive there.
Mark Aram.
This is crazy stuff.
Tomorrow at 9.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
90 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of Atlanta has been repairing and replacing garage doors. 90 years. Since 1935. Broken spring or a dead garage door opener? They won't leave you stuck. They're ready with same-day repair service. Always look for the iconic red ribbon of the genuine, the original Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. For same-day repair service, schedule online at overheaddooratlanta.com or call 404-USA-DOOR.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group, to discuss one of the biggest blind spots that people face when saving for retirement, and it's a head-scratcher. Chris, how do so many people not know what they're invested in?
That's the biggest flaw that everybody runs into. They think they know what equities they have, they think they know what bonds they have, but they really don't know how those mutual funds or how those index funds are performing in conjunction with one another. So, I would liken this to a big pot of soup and we're just throwing all the ingredients in the refrigerator in this thing. It's not very good. It's just a mishmash of stuff. And sometimes you like the way it tastes. Sometimes you don't. And when you don't know why. You don't know if you got too much chicken in there or too much vegetables in there or what's going on. And I ask every caller that comes in for an initial consultation, do you know how your portfolio is broken down? And they say, well, I've got, 20 or so options in my 401k, and I just picked 2 of them or 3 of them. I thought I needed some international. I thought I needed some U.S. equities. I thought I needed some bonds. And they're just guessing. So you have to absolutely know what you're invested in, and that's where we will run the 401k portfolio x-ray for you, because that'll break it down. If you're not proficient at investing and don't understand this world, we will walk you through it. Not knowing what you're invested in is a big hindrance to growing and protecting your money. We will run a portfolio x-ray for you and educate you on exactly what's in your portfolio.
Set up a time to get your complimentary portfolio x-ray today. Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858, or book online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort is an authorized De Beers Forevermark jeweler. Every Forevermark diamond is a piece of art, carefully and thoughtfully selected, worthy of the kind of special occasions that come along a few times in a lifetime. My friends at Tara Fine Jewelry will show you how to accurately compare diamonds with their famous personal service, so you'll know you're making a good decision. You'll see why I've been a Tara Fine Jewelry customer for over 25 years. De Beers Forevermark, the diamond, the promise, at Tara Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
All right, did you want to? You had one more buzz you wanted to buzz me with.
Well,
you say you're not done buzzing. Are you buzzed? Are you buzzed right now?
A little buzzed.
Okay.
Still from the birthday shenanigans. I got this audio of that Aleph Aeronautics Model Zero.
Oh,
Zero
we were talking
car.
about the flying car.
Yeah,
You played this for me, and I want you to get this because yes, this one's based on drone technology.
Yeah.
So if this takes off, imagine what the world around you is going to sound like. Listen to this car as it starts to fly. That's one.
It's now above the car and hopping over it.
That's. Imagine 20 or 30 days around you.
They're going to have to find a way to make it quiet.
Well, what are they going to do? Put mufflers on it?
I don't know. They'll just have to find a way to do it silently.
That's good. You hit the off button and burp. That was great.
No, I didn't burp. I coughed.
Oh, I thought you burped. That was very cool.
No, I would just burp on air. That's
it's because it's funny.
Right. Hey.
It's hilarious stuff.
That's good radio right there.
People, that's great radio right there. All right, since we only have a little bit of time here, one more. What's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
People are buzzing, Eric, over at NBC News because, number one, Joy Reid lost her job.
Hey, enough of the Schadenfreude.
Excuse me.
Now you're going to say you want to hear her cry on the air about it.
Did she cry?
Yeah.
She did. We have
She
audio.
cried? I didn't know that before I started laughing. Put down your weapons.
There's reasons why she got
As
let
Peter
go.
Gabriel says, lay your weapons down. I didn't know that she cried, but I will tell you this. She has nothing to offer. She has been saying things that aren't true for so long on this MSNBC that she lives in some sort of fabricated nonsense world. And so she should have lost her job a long time ago just because she just gets everything wrong.
Before I play the crying, let me.
Am
play,
I wrong?
No,
You're
you're not wrong at all. I mean, this was the whopper, in my opinion. This was right after the presidential election when Trump got reelected. Listen to this.
And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. She had Queen Latifah never endorses anyone.
Talking about Kamala Harris's campaign.
I'm with her on that one.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that didn't just push her right over the top.
And then here's her talking about.
I mean, we're talking about
the equalizer.
The equalizer here. She should have equalized that race. So there you go. So there's Joy Reid, who is basically saying, you could hate Trump and want Kamala Harris to win. That's perfectly, wonderfully fine. No person with any intelligence says Kamala Harris ran a flawless campaign. That person should not have their own show. They just don't have the mental wherewithal to get the job done.
And this is her after the announcement of her
All
show
right, she's
cancellation.
crying. I don't want to like if she's crying. She's crying on the air?
Let's see.
Nah, I don't want to.
But also-
No, I'm not going to make fun of her for crying. I'm just saying she never deserved that job. I don't point at people who are crying and laugh at them, but they should have done that a while ago. I mean, I know it's MSNBC. I know they're on, they have their worldview, and that's fine. Fox has their worldview.
Sure.
CNN doesn't know what the hell they are. But you still have to have people who from time to time get it right. Just every once in a while. I mean, Joy Reid, when she had like a weekend show, that was like, okay. Where did she even come from? Is she a political hack, or did she come out of
no idea.
journalism? I don't even know what she was probably a political advocate or something.
And all these shakeups, too. The other big news, Lester Holt no longer going to be hosting NBC Nightly News.
He's decided to go in full-time in search of his upper lip. We don't know what happened to it. It's gone. I think that maybe Reba McEntire stole it because she doesn't have an upper lip either. It's a sad thing. We have these celebrities without upper lip. Lester Holt, though, is not being pushed out. I think
Correct, yeah.
He's done a fine job. Who cares who's anchoring these nightly news
David
shows?
Muir is grinning
Does
now.
it ever
He's very
matter?
happy.
Oh,
No
yeah, now's your
competition.
moment. Nobody cares. Alex Williams says there's a brush fire on 985 in Gwinnett County.
Yeah, the woods are on fire. Not sure if this is the result of a crash or just a brush fire, but bottom line, it has now become a traffic red alert. All lanes of I-985 southbound are completely shut down just before, right at Buford Drive, exit number 4. No traffic getting by, stacking up back towards Friendship Road. You also got the northbound onlooker delays slowing you through that area. Best option, jump over and use Highway 13 as your alternate to avoid that between Swanee and the Flowery Branch area. Elsewhere, if you're traveling 85 northbound out of DeKalb in Gwinnett, you're just seeing some brake lights most intensely right around Chamblee Tucker Road as you make your way up past Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit number 99. Checking the south side, Sydney Darden.
And it's not really too much. Only a little bit of light brake tapping 75 southbound as you leave Jonesboro Road there, exit 221, and make your way through McDonough. It does break apart by the time you get to North McDonough Drive there at Highway 155 there at exit 216. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing better weight management treatment options. Making sure that those who need GLP-1s have access to them is the first step.
1 mile complete.
And we help them take the right steps after that, giving them the personalized support they need to keep going.
1 more mile complete.
When it comes to healthcare, a better experience means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Ready to transform your outdoor living space? Welcome to SPF Screens and Awnings, the experts in outdoor screen and shade products proudly serving Atlanta. At SPF, we tailor solutions just for you. With our custom-built screens and awnings, you choose the material, color, and design to match your style. Looking for comfort and privacy? Our motorized screens keep the bugs and sun out while allowing the breeze in with the click of a button. With SPF, our seamless turnaround means you'll have your products in just a few weeks. And with our 5-year warranty on hurricane screens and 10-year warranty on screens and awnings, you know you're investing in quality that lasts. We even offer flexible financing. Elevate your outdoor area today. Transform your outdoor living with SPF Screens and Awnings, where comfort meets style. For a limited time, enjoy $250 off our motorized awnings and screens. Purchase any awning and receive a free LED light upgrade to enhance your outdoor experience with a perfect ambiance day or night. Visit sunprotection.com to schedule your free consultation. That's sunprotection.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News, weather,
Traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's 5:30. I'm Veronica Waters. The news this hour is brought to you by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. WSB's top local story. The state that's good for business now may be looking out for workers, too, as Georgia continues to be a magnet for warehouses and fulfillment centers. Some lawmakers now want to ensure that workers are protected.
The legislation would require companies place less of an emphasis on work speed quotas and put in concrete protections for workers, including paid rest breaks, water stations, heat and air conditioning. Democratic State Representative Kim Schofield says this is about creating a safe and healthy workplace.
And it's critical toward protecting the health, safety, and rights of warehouse workers across our state.
Several other states have moved to put similar laws in place to protect warehouse workers. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A Clayton County firefighter resigns after his arrest on felony charges. Jeremiah Michael Almond is accused of simple battery and terroristic threats after a fight with his wife at the Noonan Bank where she works. Police in Sonoya say the 41-year-old grabbed his wife's arm and her phone, then made threats targeting the building, prompting a temporary closure of the bank for a security sweep. The 11-year-old girl killed this morning in something we were following for you all morning long has now been identified by the DeKalb County Medical Examiner's Office. Her name is Nevaeh Govan.
6 cars were tangled on I-20 near Turner Hill Road. DeKalb Fire and Rescue Captain Jason Daniels says there were multiple injuries.
We had a total of 7 patients, 2 of those being juveniles, which were ejected from the vehicle, tragically resulting in 1 fatality.
At the time, those taken to hospitals were all in critical condition. No word yet on the cause of the crash. Lisa Nicholas, 95.5 WSB.
In a largely party-line vote, the Georgia Senate moves to advance a bill that some are calling Georgia's DOGE. The Red Tape Rollback Act would require a thorough review of state regulations and give more rulemaking say to lawmakers. The bill's sponsor is Senator Greg Dolezal.
It certainly does, I would say, enhance what we do here as legislators. I think over the years, the General Assembly has largely devolved in terms of influence down to just a bill-passing authority.
Democratic State Senator Josh McLaurin is pushing back on this effort.
These are bills or initiatives designed to harp on people's distrust or fear of government overreach, to use it to take an axe to government at both the federal and state levels.
The bill is now going to the House. Extra security measures are being put into place after social media threats to Heritage High School. The Rockdale County Sheriff's Office says they came over the winter break and then overnight Sunday. Now, investigators found 2 people responsible for last week's threats, but the ones from last night remain under investigation. We are learning some more about an opportunity for Georgians to get some help buying homes. There are millions of dollars in grant money now being offered to would-be homeowners.
Federal Home Loan Bank is offering $60 million to help with down payments, closing costs, and repairs. Tamika Strickland with the Federal Home Loan Bank says the grants are made possible through the Affordable Housing Program.
We are just seeing an increase in the need for down payment assistance resources, for first-time and non-first-time home buyers.
She says they have a number of programs for different income levels and occupations. It's expected the program will help several thousand people. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Starbucks is expected to lay off some 1,100 corporate workers as the new CEO of the company is looking to streamline operations, reduce some of the redundancy, and make things more efficient. The layoffs, they say, are not expected to impact Starbucks' roasting or warehouse staff or its baristas in stores. The manhunt continues for a shooter who opened fire Sunday night at the Main Event Entertainment Center on Cobb Parkway. 2 men were taken to the hospital. They are being treated tonight for gunshot injuries. No word yet on their condition. Investment legend Warren Buffett is sitting on a cash hoard that is big enough to buy a major Atlanta-based company.
Berkshire Hathaway's latest earnings report shows the holding company run by Warren Buffett is now sitting on a record pile of cash, more than $334